Snohomish PUD has about 4,100 people without power. PSC is reporting at least 9,500 people still in the dark. Meanwhile, state emergency disaster funding is trickling in for those hit hardest, but federal funding isn't approved yet. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin is in Auburn.
For those who live and work here in Auburn and in nearby Pacific, there is still a lot of water covering the road here this morning. But while state funding is already in place, it can only really go so far without a federal funding supplement to help out. From Burlington to Auburn and beyond, thousands of Washingtonians are feeling the devastating impacts of 2 weeks worth of storms. Right now, the FEMA Disaster Assistance website doesn't show flood relief funds for any of those zip codes, saying there's no federal zone declared.
We may be out of the worst part of our stormy weather, but the cleanup will take a while. Governor Bob Ferguson toured parts of Whatcom County this week, including Sumas, Everson, and Nooksack.
The situation's very serious for our state and will be for a very, very long time. There's no two ways around that.
And if you're driving across Snoqualmie Pass today, get ready for some winter weather. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha reports the pass is under a winter weather warning until tomorrow.
We're seeing some light snow and a wintry mix coming down. Apart from the ice and slush, there's just this sort of granular sort of snow that's piling up. It's really not accumulating just yet, but we could see the snow get a lot heavier. We could see different factors coming into play as the day progresses. According to WashDOT, traction tires are advised only. Oversized vehicles prohibited.
And back to cleanup, thousands are cleaning up waterlogged homes and businesses. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Rafferty has guidance from Snohomish County Health Department on how exactly you can stay safe.
First, they say try not to touch any floodwater that's still there. You really don't know what's in it, from animal waste swept away from farms to gasoline. You'll need bleach to clean it off walls and floors. And use the mantra, when in doubt, throw it out. Because any food, water, medicine, or cosmetics that are not in waterproof containers could also be contaminated. And keep boots, gloves, and N95 masks on hand. Mold can form in just 1 to 2 days, triggering asthma and allergies.
A Seattle man is charged with a hate crime for allegedly threatening a synagogue.
Prosecutors say 30-year-old Joshua Cole Scott left two roughly 2-minute voicemails at the Temple to Hirsch Sinai Synagogue last Friday. They say he made anti-Semitic comments in the first call, and in the second, he made threats to kill, and referring to the Holocaust, said, as he put it, 6 million is going to be a blanking starter pack. Police arrested him less than a mile away at his apartment, and according to court documents, he told them he made those comments in a drunken stupor. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle police are investigating a stabbing in the Central District. Officers were called just before 7 last night to the 1800 block of South Jackson Street, where they found a woman inside an apartment with multiple stab wounds. Police and Seattle fire crews treated her at the scene before she was rushed to Harborview in serious condition for emergency surgery. Investigators say the 21-year-old suspect ran off before officers arrived. Everett Public Schools faces a federal lawsuit over religious education. LifeWise Academy says district rules block its constitutional rights. The nonprofit offers off-campus Bible classes during school hours near Emerson Elementary. The Supreme Court approved programs like this back in 1952, but according to the Everett Herald, lawyers argue Everett's policies limit free speech and religion. The district says it's working on a response. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Northbound 167 is still closed this morning. Southbound lanes are open on 167. Other drive times right now, Everett to Seattle about 32 minutes, Linwood to Seattle about 15 minutes, Marysville to Seattle about 28 minutes right now. And for your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Friday morning, we are dry to start. We'll have a sprinkle here or two there, but highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's about 39, a little chilly in downtown Seattle. And coming up next, Chris Sullivan has a choke point with some of the bad transportation stories of the year. That's coming ahead. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught! The Seahawks win the game.
playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
It's always such a pleasure for me to catch up with you, Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. And as I understand it, calendar year is wrapping up. There's never a better time to take care of your aches and pains. Why?
Well, it's always a great time to come see us here at IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We'll take care of your aches and pains. We'll get you better. But particularly, Brock, at the end of the year, most people have met their deductibles. They may have HSA, may have FSA funds. So use the opportunity to use your insurance to treat those aches and pains so you're not taking them into the new year. So you're healthy, fit, and you're excited about the new year. That's what it's all about. Here at IRG, we are so dedicated to making sure our patients really understand the insurance because it's a complex world. So when you call us, we're going to help you navigate your insurance. But I will tell everybody listening right now, if you've met your deductible, get your aches and pains treated here at IRG. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of your insurance. We'll take care of your family. We'll take care of everybody.
Clinics up and down the Puget Sound for you to go visit or see them online at irgpt.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st, for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
Well, we've highlighted some of the good things that happened on our roads already, but maybe it's time to look at the bad.
Yeah, you were being way too positive earlier this week, Sully, so let's get to the bad.
Stop hitting bridges!
Right.
Sorry, I had to go with Brian Fellows right there. Bridge strikes, top of my list. We had 3 significant accidents where overheight vehicles hit and damaged bridges in our state, and that's just in the last couple of months. First came in August when a truck took out the White River Bridge on 410 in between Enumclaw and Buckley, cut off those communities for months, creating a 21-mile detour to get around it. The second came in September when a driver forgot to put his rear lift down while driving 3rd Avenue and Pacific. It took out a girder under northbound 167. Repairs are underway, but the lane restrictions remain in place. And completing the trifecta, a driver failed to check his trip permit or follow his pilot car and took out the Bullfrog overpass on westbound 90 in Cle Elum. Repairs there are underway. The rules are simple, according to the State Patrol's Rocky Oliphant.
The max height on any vehicle driving down the road is going to be 14 feet. If you are going to go over 14 feet, you need to get a permit.
If you're over 14.6, you need a pilot car. It shouldn't be this difficult to avoid hitting our bridges and overpasses. On a somewhat related note, We're beginning to realize there are a lot of drivers out there who should not be behind the wheel of a big rig, but that's a continuing story for another day. Sticking with bridges in the bad, 2025 saw the closure of the Fairfax Bridge on SR 165 over the Carbon River. The steel supports deteriorated so badly, it just wasn't safe to use. This comes after years of neglecting maintenance on the 103-year-old span. WashDOT's Kara Mitchell.
We don't have funding to rebuild the bridge, to replace the bridge, to repair the bridge, or to even take it down at this point.
The state has only two options going forward. They've whittled it down to this: tearing the bridge down and calling it a day, not replacing it, or finding a way to replace it. The decision hasn't been made, but boy, those communities like Wilkinson and others are struggling right now with the closure of this. And again, this cuts off some of the best hiking and pristine areas around the north end of Mount Rainier as well. Rounding out the bad list for 2025, the massive delays on the 405 widening project from Bellevue to Renton. The corridor was supposed to open by the end of this year, but that's not going to happen.
We've been looking at the progress that we made over the summer and really looking at the work that's ahead of us. And at this time, we're forecasting that our project will be complete in summer 2027.
An 18-month delay. Project Administrator Lisa Hodgson puts the blame directly on the contractor, the state currently suing that contractor for failing to live up to its promises. That's the bad. I'm sure there were a lot of others. Up next, the ugly on Tuesday.
Stop hitting bridges.
It's pretty simple.
My favorite.
Yeah, pretty simple.
I know you called that an accident. Is it really, though?
Well, the one at Bullfrog, no. It shouldn't be, because the guy had a perfectly good trip permit that told him exactly where to get off. He had a pilot car who got off and the driver didn't follow. The one I definitely think in Pacific was an accident. The gentleman had just dropped his load right there on the west side of 167 and drove off with his lift up. I think that was just a mistake. Now, those rigs do have alarms to tell you that you're driving with your lift up. And then the other one, again, that semi should not have been on the White River Bridge at that height. So, yeah, whether they're accidents or not, I mean, there's some definite responsibility here, and that's why those trucking companies are going to be sued to get our money back for us to pay for those. Because right now, it's emergency funds and our taxes to go to fix those.
And that's what I mean. I'm not suggesting that these were intentional by any means, but it is sort of the thing where you have to be responsible as a driver. Like, when you do your traffic reports, for example, you very rarely call a crash an accident. It's because so many of these things are preventable. And it's not to blame. It's not to blame people, but it's also like we got to be thinking at all times when we're out on the roads. We've got thousands of pounds of equipment we're steering that can be very dangerous and deadly.
Yeah, especially if you're behind the wheel. And again, I don't ever want to put anything on our truck drivers. We have so many that listen to them. They're hardworking. They do a job that our economy would close without truck drivers.
Absolutely.
And, they're out there. And a lot of the crashes that happen are because of people doing stupid things around them.
Yep.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, we've got cloudy skies to start this morning. We'll have a few showers later in the day. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's about 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey with a Tech Talk, looking at how AI is being used to help track flights at SeaTac Airport. That's next. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Holiday shopping got you stressed? The Mariners have you covered. Grab a season ticket membership for the super fan in your life, and they can lock in the best seats and benefits like guaranteed postseason access. Or mix and match with single game tickets for everyone on your list. From opening day on March 26th to must-see matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. This holiday season, make Mariners.com your one-stop shopping destination.
Oh, he makes the catch! What a snag by Julio Rodriguez!
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
A special message from Hartley and Wilcox Family Farms.
This time of year, as we enjoy family, I think about how life on the farm must have been over 100 years ago. One thing that remains constant is our love of family, the animals, and the land. So as your family gathers, we hope you feel good about cooking and baking with fresh, local Wilcox eggs, just like we've done for the past 100 years. From our family to yours, happy holidays. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Adventure smarter with the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, available now at Carter Subaru, Seattle's only Subaru dealership. Get all-wheel drive with financing from just 3.9%, and during the Share the Love event, Subaru donates $250 for every new Subaru to one of 6 charities, including hometown favorite Treehouse. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized costs. See dealer for details. Valid through 12/31/25.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Your local credit union, WSECU, believes in making a difference. That's why they're recognizing Washington's community champions, everyday people who strengthen the fabric of our communities. Steve Rabel here with WSECU board member Marcus Glasper, and it's time to announce our next community champion.
Our community champion this week is Matthew Ballantyne in Lacey. Matthew builds beds for children in need through his organization, Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Thank you, Matthew, for providing more kids the benefits of a good night's sleep.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free.
Put the finishing touches on your holiday season and save 30% now at Sky Nursery. Unique ornaments, decor pieces, poinsettias, wreaths, and last-minute gift ideas, even fresh-cut Christmas trees are 30% off through Christmas Eve. SkyNursery.com.
Home Comfort Alliance installs the most dependable home comfort solutions, including Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning systems. Call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The suspect in the weekend shooting at Brown University was found dead. Details from CBS's Tom Hansen in Providence, Rhode Island.
The search for Nevis Valente ended 90 minutes from Providence in Salem, New Hampshire, inside this unoccupied storage facility where he had rented a unit. He was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. For days, the public and law enforcement had relied on images of the gunman near the Brown campus Saturday, but a break came on Thursday when investigators say a witness came forward and described his interactions with Nevis Valente before the shooting at Brown.
That person came forward, and that person led us to the car, which led us to the name, which led us to the photographs of that individual renting the car, which matched the clothing of our shooter here in Providence.
That was Peter Naroja, Rhode Island's Attorney General. Authorities also say for a time the suspect was a student at Brown University. The Cessna 750 jet that was carrying 7 people, including retired NASCAR champion Greg Biffle and his family, crashed near the runway Thursday morning at Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina, killing all on board. More from CBS's Christian Benavides.
First responders raced to the scene as tall flames and a massive plume of black smoke filled the air. Brevin Renwick lives nearby and saw the crash happen.
Very heart-wrenching to view. Lives were lost in that.
The plane was registered to Biffle. NASCAR says he, his wife Christina, and their 2 children, 14-year-old Emma and 5-year-old Ryder, were among the 7 victims. Father and son Dennis and Jack Dutton also died, along with Craig Wadsworth, who worked as a motorhome driver in NASCAR.
Biffle was born and raised in Vancouver, Washington. Governor Bob Ferguson wants to make what he calls a record investment in housing.
Ferguson has announced a $244 million supplemental budget for housing. It includes $81 million to develop about 2,000 new affordable rental units and $55 million to rehabilitate and repair affordable homes, including those damaged by the recent floods.
It gives us some time to determine what the full scope of the harm is out there. We don't know that right now because so much of our state is literally underwater right now. We don't have a sense of that. So I think of this initial investment as sort of a down payment.
The legislature will need to sign off on all this. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The worst of the stormy weather may be behind us, but the cleanup continues. Governor Ferguson toured parts of Whatcom County.
The situation's very serious for our state and will be for a very, very long time. There's no 2 ways around that.
A Tacoma marina was battered by Wednesday's strong winds. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu reports.
It's been a busy time for Willie Halbert and his team at the Crow's Nest Marina in Tacoma. They've got debris to remove and boat slips to fix.
Over here, we got a dock that's broken in half, and I got 2 pilings that are broken, and another dock out there that's pretty trashed too, on a broken piling.
Halbert says an unlucky combination of tide levels and those strong winds are responsible for all this damage.
We got a pretty good gust through here the other night.
He estimates it'll cost about $20,000 to get it fixed back up.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, Tacoma to Seattle getting close to 40 minutes right now. Puyallup to Renton about 25. Everett to Bellevue about 23 minutes. Marysville to Seattle about 36 minutes. And for your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Friday morning, cloudy skies to start, a few showers later in the day. Highs will be close to 50. Right now it's a little chilly, 39 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
In this edition of Tech Talk, the next time you fly in or out of SeaTac Airport, you might not know the airport's AI and machine learning platforms are watching you in order to help your flight make it on time to its gate without stopping. Even if your flight is still hours away from landing, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
I'm standing inside the ramp tower at SEA.
Pushtail North on Whiskey of Beam Bravo 5 Alpha.
Listening to controllers talk with pilots.
North Whiskey,
while they also look at a screen dotted with little digital airplanes, each representing an incoming flight. Some of those little planes have a green tag attached to them.
So if it's a green data tag to the right of that aircraft there, they are cleared to their gate.
While Flight 618 is tagged in red, because airline scheduling coordinator Samer Thierry explains
it's an aircraft that will be holding for a gate or does not have a cleared gate into the airport.
In other words, Samer and the controllers already know Flight 618 is going to be delayed getting to its gate, even though it's not scheduled to land for another 3 hours.
You could be as far south as Oregon or even a bit further south than that, and not only will the airport, but air traffic control, the TRACON, and other significant stakeholders of the airport will already know if you're going to have to hold or not based off of these AI predictions.
Samer and his colleagues are using AI and machine learning to predict delays and fix them before a plane lands at SEA. Using cameras at each gate, they record and measure 36 different actions ground crews take. Chalking the wheels, offloading, onloading passengers, luggage, cargo, animals, refueling, restocking, and much more. They can also track birds and vehicles and detect any debris on the runway. Then mix all of that new data with historical data and which airline they're talking about.
And from there, aggregate when the aircraft will be off of the gate for the incoming aircraft.
It really is mind-blowing stuff. However,
most airports are jealous of what we have up here. They want to do it.
Ed Appleberry, who's in charge of SEA's ramp controllers, tells me for SEA, they had no choice.
We're trying to stay ahead of the traffic and congestion at Seattle.
SEA ranks 12th busiest airport in the country and dead last among all medium and large hub airports.
53, yes, so you're going to be number 1 into 88.
For surface area. There's just not a lot of room for the number of planes. Back to Flight 618, it's on final approach to land, but another plane is still blocking its gate. Machine learning tools instantly predict the delay, giving ramp controllers and the airline time to act. The airline pulls back the skybridge and attaches a tug while waiting. Moments later, AI updates everyone.
Delta 2878, Seattle ramp taxi straight ahead, depart Bravo 5.
Clearing them to send Flight 618 in. By the time it arrives, the delayed plane is gone.
Our motto is the safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of traffic.
And with AI and machine learning, SEA is hitting those goals faster than ever before.
It feels like every time we talk to an aircraft, we can do a little extra work, a little extra coordination, and find a way to be more efficient and save them 2 or 3 minutes of taxi time. That's what we like to do.
SeaTac was the first airport to use their AI platform to help streamline planes getting them to and from their gates. Now airports around the world travel to Seattle to learn how to use it. It's being used in some of the largest airports in the world, including Toronto, JFK, Berlin, and Rome. Coming up, we'll have national headlines. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught!
The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawk football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
I'm here with my real estate guy, Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, the year's almost over. It's the holidays, but the spring is going to come fast.
That's right. There's not a lot of time left this year. But here's the thing. It takes a lot to get a home ready to sell if you truly want the maximum value for it. So I would encourage you, let's start the conversation now if you're planning to sell next year. We'll walk through my pre-inspection program. If there's any improvements that need to be made, I can help line up the contractors. And if needed, we have options to pay for it out of the proceeds from the sale of your home. The important thing is to have a game plan from repairs to staging, pricing strategy, and marketing. And we can help you get a jump start right now.
There's a reason I say if you want to sell for more, sell with Wes. So go to sellwithwes.com, find out the real value of your home with Wes's home value calculator, then give him a call, schedule an appointment. Sellwithwes.com. That's sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
CBS News Brief. The body of a suspect in the killings of 2 Brown University students and an MIT professor has been found in a storage locker in New Hampshire. Providence Police Chief Colonel Oscar Perez.
He was a Brown student. He was a Portuguese national, and his last known address was in Miami, Florida. And I will tell you that he took his own life tonight.
Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to release all of its files on Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Scott McFarland.
The Department of Justice has not answered our questions about exactly when or how they'll release these files or if they'll hold any back based on the president's recent order that the feds investigate any connections between Epstein and Democrats.
TikTok's going to stick around here thanks to a new joint venture. CBS's Jesse Mitchell.
The popular app signed a deal with investors to keep operating in the U.S. Major partners include Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and an investment company backed by the United Arab Emirates.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast right now, we got cloudy skies. Expect showers later in the day. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's a little chilly, 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, former State Attorney General Rob McKenna on a Supreme Court case being examined that could have big economic implications. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found GoodRx. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's GoodRx, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So you and I have talked before about the folks who think they can do this themselves. And again, I imagine there are a lot of people who are saying, well, new administration, fewer staff members, now I truly can get it done.
Really, in this situation, I do feel really bad for the taxpayer because here you're getting a notice. You call the IRS, you're going to be on hold for 45 minutes to an hour. And so getting through is going to be more difficult. And when you do get through, you're going to be talking to people that are not as well trained as they have been in the past.
Which makes it even easier for them to take advantage, even if it's not intended, against the person who owes taxes.
I've heard it said that they just will make up something because they want to respond to the taxpayer. And people are going to get some really bad information and they're not going to know.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn, None Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, None Better Tax Resolution.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show, Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
Well, the fate of the Trump administration's tariff regime hangs in the balance before the U.S. Supreme Court. No one seems more concerned about the likelihood of a major defeat than President Donald Trump himself.
So let's call up former State Attorney General Rob McKenna to break it all down. Rob, what's this case in front of the court right now?
Well, the case in front of the court now is the one we've been talking about, which challenges the tariffs that Trump has imposed, through executive order under a statute known as the IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And the problem is that the text of that act doesn't appear to support the actions the president has taken. So when that case was heard in the U.S. Supreme Court, a lot of observers concluded that those tariffs would be struck down under that act. That leaves the administration with two big problems. One is that a number of companies, and you can assume a lot more, have applied for refunds. And Costco has applied for a refund of the tariffs that it has paid on goods that it's imported. So they have to figure out how they're going to make these refunds. And then the second problem for them is if they still want tariffs, what other statutes can they look at to impose at least some tariffs? And it turns out there are many trade statutes, and several of them appear to give the administration, or actually do give the administration, a basis for imposing new tariffs, but under more narrow circumstances and not sweeping like the tariffs that are currently being challenged.
The president has been invoking the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. What's that?
Well, that is the act that was adopted in the 1970s that is the basis, for example, for sanctions being imposed on other countries. That he's been using it to impose tariffs, but that act doesn't actually refer to tariffs, doesn't actually expressly give the president the power to impose tariffs. And so that's one of the bases for the legal challenges that have been brought against the tariffs he's imposed so far.
Rob, like I said last week, I didn't go to a fancy law school, but I did watch Schoolhouse Rock a lot. And in the 70s, they explained these three branches of government that were equal to each other. So you have Congress, you have the executive, and you have the courts, judicial. Please help me understand here. Doesn't Congress, aren't they responsible in terms of tariffs? Shouldn't Congress be taking the lead here?
Well, they take the lead in writing the laws, and the laws, including laws governing trade and tariffs, often give the president power to ultimately impose tariffs. So, for example, there is a law called the Tariff Act of 1930, which authorizes the president to impose tariffs of up to 50% if another company is discriminating against U.S. trade with its own tariffs. Now, interestingly, that act, or at least the section of the act I'm talking about, has never been used to impose tariffs, so there are questions about it. But there are other statutes as well. There is also the Trade Act of 1974, which authorizes the president to impose a tariff of up to 15% to address what the act refers to as large and serious United States balance of payments deficits. But that same act says that tariff, if it's imposed, has to be non-discriminatory. So that would seem to prevent the administration from cutting deals and negotiating different levels of tariffs with different trading partners. And it can only be imposed for up to 150 days unless extended by an act of Congress. So, what is the administration going to do with that? Are they going to impose it and then reimpose it 150 days later? So my point is that Congress has written lots of laws about trade. Those laws often do give the executive branch certain powers with regard to tariffs, but usually limited in very specific ways.
All right. Unlike Charlie, you did go to a fancy schmancy law school. So how would a U.S. Justice Rob McKenna vote on all of this?
Well, I think that the better argument is that the IEEPA does not empower the president to impose the tariffs that he's imposed so far. You just don't see the language in that act which empowers the president to impose tariffs. There are other trade laws that do give the president power to impose some tariffs in some situations. And I know from my research for this interview that his Secretary of the Treasury and others are busily looking at all these laws and probably coming up with a new strategy to impose at least some tariffs under those laws for a couple reasons. One is that, the president really believes in tariffs as a matter of economic and foreign policy. And the second reason is they really don't want to refund the tariffs they've already collected. So I think we'll see the tariffs refashioned in some way to rely on these other laws if the first round of tariffs under the IEEPA are struck down.
Last question here, Rob. It has to do with how to become a Supreme Court justice. Do I need to be an attorney for the president to nominate me for the Supreme Court?
I would need to double check this, but in the back of my mind, I seem to recall reading somewhere that you do not actually have to be an attorney to be appointed to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So you would definitely liven things up, Charlie, on that court. I could see you in the black robe up there, citing Schoolhouse Rocks. I mean, we'd all have to prepare entirely differently to argue cases in front of a court that includes Justice Harger.
Yeah, I'll be fair, but also stern. Don't you worry. I'll be on top of it, Rob. Former state AG Rob McKenna, we won't be speaking to you next week because
happy holidays.
It's Christmas next week.
Indeed, happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. And gosh, I look forward to talking again in the new year. And thanks for a great year of working with you guys.
I can't believe we're saying this. This year just flew.
Next year.
All right. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Former State Attorney General Rob McKenna.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, cloudy skies with a few showers later in the day. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, a little chilly at 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, more of the day's top stories here on Seattle's Morning News. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught! The Seahawks win the game
playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football. Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Hey, Brock Ewart here. It's such a joy for me to be joined by Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, I've heard so much about traveling physical therapists. What's that mean to you and IRG?
That's a great question, Brock. Traveling physical therapy right now, I think, is a fad, and a lot of young therapists are doing it, but they're missing opportunities that we provide here at IRG. And those things we provide at IRG are really important, and that's being part of a team and treating patients, building relationships, engaging with our community. That is so important. The other thing is they're not getting paid time off. A crew are paid time off, and they do not get continued education, professional growth, and that is so important as a young therapist to have access to professional growth. The other thing is we have an enhanced compensation program here at IRG that our physical therapists, our occupational therapists can increase their earnings by engagement, outcomes, and intervention. That's what we're all about. We're about building a great culture for young therapists and all clinicians to work here.
Openings across the whole company. Head over to irgpt.com/careers, irgpt.com/careers.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
For seniors, the holidays can be fun family time, but can also be a stressful time if you're struggling with bills. Our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be the holiday gift you're looking for.
Many seniors love their home but are struggling with mortgage payments and other bills. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash. You can pay off your debts and maybe put some extra money in the bank for peace of mind. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let it work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me or a highly experienced senior advisor. Never a sales pitch and never, ever an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts, Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts, and debt consolidation specialists, too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
She and Ursula agree to disagree.
This is happening until we do a better job at addressing affordable housing.
We're spending more money on homelessness, and yet it does keep getting worse.
Weekday mornings at 11:06 on KIRO News Radio.
At the Boy Scouts of America, our oath remains. A Scout pledges to be kind, helpful, and brave. We're committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment where Scouts can establish the foundations of character that will last a lifetime. Our approach ensures the Boy Scouts of America is building the youth of today into the leaders we'll turn to tomorrow. the Boy Scouts of America. Building character is in our nature. Visit scouting.org to learn more about scouting.
John Curley here. We value things that last. Local businesses, relationships, community. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. They've been serving Washington families for decades, combining taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms just do one or the other, but not both. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis, a simple review of income, taxes, and investments in one plan. Call 833-673-7373 for your complimentary Madrona Analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Brown University students are exhaling after police discovered the body of the suspected gunman in last weekend's mass shooting.
I definitely think there's a sense of relief in the community having found the person. I think that will make everyone feel a little bit better.
Officials tied that same person to the murder of an MIT professor near Boston Monday. CBS's Tom Hansen from Providence.
After almost a week of pleading with the public for help, police in Providence last night said 48-year-old Claudio Manuel Neves Valente of Portugal was the man who killed two students at Brown University Saturday and say he was a former student there between 2000 and 2001. The search for Neves Valente ended 90 minutes from Providence in Salem, New Hampshire. He was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Found in a storage facility there after police got a tip, they say, from a Reddit user. The suspect not only attended Brown, but also school in Portugal at the same time as the MIT professor. Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to release all of its files on the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche tells Fox they'll make several 100,000 public, but not all.
Over the next couple weeks, I expect several 100,000 more. There's a lot of eyes looking at these, and we want to make sure that when we do produce the materials we're producing, that we're protecting every single victim.
A jury in Wisconsin found Milwaukee Judge Hannah Dugan guilty last night of obstructing an official proceeding by helping an undocumented immigrant hide from ICE agents. Interim U.S. Attorney Brad Schimmel.
The defendant's actions provided an opportunity for a wanted subject to flee outside that safe courthouse environment.
Dugan faces up to 5 years in prison. Her attorneys say they will appeal. U.S. military strikes on alleged drug boats have hit a new milestone. Correspondent Linda Kenyon from Washington.
5 alleged drug traffickers aboard 2 separate vessels have been killed in the Pacific, bringing the death toll from these encounters to more than 100. The Trump administration has been carrying out the boat strikes in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific since September. These latest attacks came the same day President Trump claimed he did not need congressional approval for the strikes against suspected drug cartels on land in Venezuela.
Ford is recalling more than 250,000 cars because they could roll away while they're parked. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert from Detroit.
This involves a number of 2022 through 26 model year Fords, including the F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, and Maverick. The integrated park module may fail to lock into the park position.
Dow futures down 8. This is CBS News.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
6:03 Friday morning. Let's check in with Chris Sullivan for traffic on the threes.
Yeah, hoping for a Friday light today. It's been a very rough week. We continue to work with the closure of northbound 167 as we work our way between Auburn and Kent. But because of that, we are seeing a few more customers on the I-5 corridor at this point, but not as bad as you might expect. I mean, Tacoma to Federal Way is only running around 20 minutes. Just a little bit of hesitation right there at Highway 18, and then 35 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Renton to Bellevue, still quiet at about 15 minutes. The Lake Bridges are as well. Nothing out of Snohomish County so far. We're looking at 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. This report brought to you by Wilcox Family Farms. As your family gathers for the holiday season, feel good about baking and cooking with locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. From Wilcox family to yours, happy holidays.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 6:04. Thousands around western Washington remain out of power this morning. This is as recovery efforts continue after this week's winter weather.
Once again, we have team coverage this morning. Luke Ducey is in Marysville, where a downed tree is causing some power outages. And KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is in Clinton in Island County, where many are still in the dark.
And we begin with Luke Ducey in Marysville. Good morning, Luke.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charlie and Amanda. Yeah, I cruised through Marysville not too long ago, and I actually made my way to Tulalip Bay, which has got some power outages in this area. That's why I wanted to come here to check it out and see if there were reports of downed trees on Turk Drive, which is off of Marine Drive. I got to tell you, though, and there are patches of neighborhoods that are in the dark right now, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say for people who are still in the dark, but things are getting better this morning. Snohomish PUD reporting just 3,800 homes and businesses without power across Snohomish County and Camano Island. 3,800 homes down from 14,000 this time yesterday. Some of the hardest hit areas, Camano Island and Stanwood. Remember, we were there yesterday for you. And I also, about this time yesterday, was reporting, looking out at Puget Sound and just seeing the waves lap up against the coast, the seawall there in the part I was in Camano Island, just spraying like 10 feet in the air. Much different today. Very calm. No wind where I'm standing. Stanwood, Snohomish, Arlington, Granite Falls, also really, really hard hit as far as power outages. But people are getting their power back again, including folks like William.
No, I have it now.
You do?
Yes.
How long was it out?
I would say 12 hours. But it went out and then it went back on. They just had to repair the lines.
Yeah, a lot of people, just about 12 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of folks this morning. It has been a long week, though, hasn't it? From flooding to heavy rain, power outages, those high winds. But I tell you what, over the last few days, especially in this area in Snohomish County, there are some tough people like Ray who live here.
That's a lot, but I don't know, just learn to deal with it living here.
You got to learn to deal with it living here. Power crews working hard, working around the clock again today. Hopefully you can get those 3,800 customers back online soon. Live at Tulalip Bay. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
All right, let's head to Clinton now, where we find KIRO News Radio's James Lynch. What do you see there, James?
Manda, power crews here on Whidbey Island have been working around the clock to get power restored. The hardest hit area is on the south end of the island. Now, the windstorm quite literally blew across this island Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. There was massive damage, trees down on power lines, roads left impassable, and a lot of the infrastructure here rendered inoperative. Initially, more than 250,000 were left without power. The good news is that number down to just around 1,600, according to Puget Sound Energy. That's great news for the people who live here. Full restoration expected by midnight tonight. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. This is a beautiful island, and people love to live here. One man told me it's just the price you pay for living in paradise. Live this morning on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
It's 6:07.
Keeping you informed since 1974.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's morning news on KIRO News Radio.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught! Touchdown! Make an extra point! Make a conversion! I don't care what it is! The Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game! The playoff win, 38-37. It's Sauber with the 2-point conversion catch. Holy cow!
I missed a lot by going to bed at halftime, didn't I?
I just heard Steve Rabel with a winning call and one of my favorite songs of all time, smooshed together. It's a good Friday morning.
Good morning, Manda. You were there for the game. What was the stadium like when that happened?
Unbelievable. I mean, the entire night was awesome. I mean, Blitz was swinging from the rafters and the blue and green lights were flashing. It was awesome.
Wow.
Marshawn Lynch was there. Of course, Sherm was there, too, for Thursday Night Football coverage.
Chris Pratt was out there.
Chris Pratt was there.
What a game.
Amazing. And I just read that's the first time in history, there's a record for everything in sports, right? First time ever a team has won in overtime with a 2-point conversion.
That took some bravery for
right?
Well, actually, that's because of the rule change.
Yeah.
So it used to be if the other team got a touchdown, you wouldn't have the chance to go down and score. And so now with that rule change, a couple teams, I think, in overtime games this season have tried and failed.
That wasn't even the craziest 2-point attempt.
Yeah, right?
Remember the backwards pass? I mean, are you kidding me?
The backwards pass one was weird.
Picks it up randomly like, oh, geez, here you go, referee.
We knew it was going to be good.
Yeah,
we knew it was going to be
instant classic. Well, thanks for being here. This is Seattle's Morning News for the final weekend before Christmas.
Wow.
It's upon us.
Yes, indeed.
We're getting ready for that. This hour is brought to you by American Crawl Space and Pest Control.
And coming up this hour of the show will, of course, have more happy highlights from the Seahawks. And also Friday's mean Katrina Gashard stops by for her weekly parenting feature. And this time, how to handle when your little one is having a big overreaction.
It's 6:09 now. Governor Ferguson wants to make what he calls a record investment in housing.
Ferguson has announced a $244 million supplemental budget for housing. It includes $81 million to develop about 2,000 new affordable rental units and $55 million to rehabilitate and repair affordable homes, including those damaged by the recent floods.
It gives us some time to determine what the full scope of the harm is out there. We don't know that right now because so much of our state is literally underwater right now, and we don't have a sense of that. So I think of this initial investment as sort of a down payment.
The legislature will need to sign off on all this. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Oh, we may be out of the worst part of our stormy weather, but the cleanup will take a while. The governor toured parts of Whatcom County.
The situation's very serious for our state and will be for a very, very long time. There's no two ways around that.
State emergency disaster funding is trickling in for those hit the hardest, but federal funding isn't approved yet. With that part of the story, here's KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin.
For those who live and work here in Auburn and in nearby Pacific, there is still a lot of water covering the road here this morning. But while state funding is already in place, it can only really go so far without a federal funding supplement to help out. From Burlington to Auburn and beyond, thousands of Washingtonians are feeling the devastating impacts of 2 weeks worth of storms. Right now, the FEMA Disaster Assistance website doesn't show flood relief funds for any of those zip codes, saying there's no federal zone declared.
Well, thousands of people are cleaning up waterlogged homes and businesses, and KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery has guidance from the Snohomish County Health Department on how to stay safe.
First, they say try not to touch any floodwater that's still there. You really don't know what's in it, from animal waste swept away from farms to gasoline. You'll need bleach to clean it off walls and floors. And use the mantra, when in doubt, throw it out. Because any food, water, medicine, or cosmetics that are not in waterproof containers could also be contaminated. And keep boots, gloves, and N95 masks on hand. Mold can form in just 1 to 2 days, triggering asthma and allergies.
6:12 now. Let's get a check on weather brought to us by State Roofing and Exteriors. Nick, I don't know if you got to catch the game last night.
No.
I mean, I
the
was
first
asleep.
like 20 minutes and then I fell asleep.
Yeah, at halftime. We can't stay up that late. You know who did stay up that late?
Me.
Manda.
That's why I sound like a man this morning, and my voice might not last through the show.
I would love it if I could have.
Yeah.
I just can't. I get up at 2. Well, this morning I slept in and got up at 2 instead of 1.
Look at you. Okay.
I know, just living the crazy life.
I noticed your hair wasn't as poofy on TV, so that's the reason why.
Dare you? How dare you, sir? Them's is fighting words.
You look fabulous, Nick.
Yeah, well, thank you. If at least we can talk about my hair this morning because we're so calm compared to what we have been seeing. We just have, Some showers here and there. We just have a few spotty showers. That's all we're going to see for the morning. It's more dry than wet, a little chilly in the 40s. Most of your showers are kind of like Stanwood North or Shelton, Olympia, Gig Harbor South. Now, throughout the day, you'll see a few more in the afternoon. Call it partly to mostly cloudy. Stays cool in the low 40s, and there is a winter storm warning through Saturday afternoon in the Cascades, where the passes will probably see about 1 to 2 feet of snow. There may be a little bit of rain or freezing rain mixed in for Snoqualmie this morning, but we are talking mostly about snow and a lot of it. And then tomorrow it's similar, where you have showers around both today and tomorrow in the 40s, and both today and tomorrow you see a little more for the afternoon versus the morning. So they just become a little more widespread, the showers do. Sunday's rainy, but we also expect that because it is the first day of winter. And then next week, we just keep seeing the same thing. Showers and occasionally a little breezy, and highs in the low to mid 40s, which means snow in the mountains every day. I mean, everything that falls is going to fall as snow in the Cascades, which is, maybe a problem for traveling. But the fact is, we need it, so we'll take it.
All right. Thank you, Nick. In Seattle, we have cloudy skies, and it's 47.
And it's 6:13, time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. So what's happening, Sully?
Well, not a lot, which is great. It is Friday light out there, and that includes the closure of northbound 167, which continues from basically Auburn up through Kent. And again, we don't have an estimate on when they're going to get that reopened. Behind that, there's a little bit of braking, but most people are just avoiding the Valley Freeway like they've been doing since the closure. There's just a little bit of slowing on northbound I-5 right around the Highway 18 interchange. Tacoma to Federal Way is about 20 minutes, and then Federal Way to Seattle's under 40, so that's really not too bad at all. Renton to Bellevue still quiet at about 15 minutes coming down from the north end, 35 minutes or less from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. And I got some bad news yesterday from the Department of Transportation. Been checking in on the closure of southbound 9. The left lane remains blocked there, kind of by Marsh Road coming out of Snohomish. Sounds like the pavement was damaged. About 500 feet of it. They're not exactly sure of the extent of that, so we have no estimate of when they're going to open up that inside left lane on southbound 9 through the area. So that's, I know, what a lot of people did not want to hear. This report brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org.
There are a few sure things in life, but as I was driving in this morning, or, in the 3 a.m. hour, I heard this story and I said, you know what? Katrina Gishard is most definitely going to cover this during her segment. Take it away, Katrina.
All right. The governor of Tennessee has pardoned a country star. Any guesses who?
Oh, I know.
It's Jelly Roll.
Somebody save me from myself.
The country star served time when he was younger for robbery and drug charges. Since getting out of jail in 2016, the 41-year-old has been outspoken about his road to redemption from a criminal past. Governor Lee commended Jelly Roll for his charity work and using his public platform to support mental health and addiction recovery. Jelly Roll has said the pardon would make it easier for him to travel internationally for his shows.
I thought that was just so important. He's taken his platform and he's really talked about getting sober and really improving yourself as a human being. So if anybody has done it, at least it appears he has. So.
Yeah, and after every concert in nearly every city, he does go to rehab centers to visit and just share his story.
All right. Katrina, thank you. It's 6:16.
News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Well, it was an electric atmosphere last night at Lumen Field.
Certainly not a bittersweet symphony there.
No,
it was the game of the decade. I really, everybody was saying, it's the biggest game in 10 years. And sure as whatever it was, game of the year for sure. It lived up to the hype. Seattle opened the scoring thanks to a long screen pass from Sam Darnold to K9 running back Kenneth Walker III.
Play fake. Half roll to the right, dumps it back off to the left side. Walker, he's got running room 40. Down to the 35, got a blocker. Down to the 20, down to the 15, breaks a tackle. Down to the 5-yard line. Gray Zabel, the rookie, leading him down the field. Ken Walker on a quick swing pass in the left flat. Gets in behind those blockers. He goes 47 yards to the Rams 5. The Seahawks are cooking.
Hey, we're cooking. Hawks turned that drive into a touchdown, 7-0 Seattle in the first quarter. The offense went pretty quiet for the Seahawks for the rest of the first half, with L.A. scoring 13 unanswered points before halftime. The Rams went into the half on top 13-7.
So there I am going, oh boy, well, it's halftime. I have a big show to do in the morning. Maybe they'll turn it around. And they came out swinging in the second half, beginning the third quarter with a huge touchdown to retake the lead on the back of running back Kenneth Walker III.
Here's a handoff to Walker now. He starts up the middle. He breaks it outside 50. He's down to the 40. He's on the run. 30, 25, 20. He's going to go 10, 5. Touchdown, Seahawks.
14-13 Seahawks at that point, but unfortunately that's when things got bleak for Seattle, and some people gave up, Charlie.
Yeah, some people did, Chris Sullivan.
I went to bed after that horrible interception. I got to get up in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Me too.
I'm well rested.
Here's what happened. Seahawks got down to a score of 30-14 by the fourth. That meant Seattle would need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions in order to tie up the game before the end of regulation. So what did they do? They drove down the field the next drive deep into Rams territory. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold throws another interception. Mm-hmm. Okay, felt like a killer. Hawks fans seeing echoes of Darnold's 4-interception performance in the first game of the season against the Rams. However, hope lives, especially when you have Speedster, Rashid Shaheed.
He's fast.
Speedster Rashid Shaheed. You wrote that for me to say, David.
I have no problem saying Speedster Rashid Shaheed.
What's wrong with you?
Returning punts.
This is a high wobbly kick. Shaheed has to run up, makes the catch at his own 43. Starts up the middle. Now he has a gap on the left side 40. Turns upfield. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Holy catfish. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Holy catfish is right.
Okay, so a 2-point conversion with Cooper Kupp. That was the normal one, right?
Normal, yes.
So they get a big stop on the Rams' next drive, and they have a chance to tie up the game with 6 minutes left in the fourth. Seattle needed Darnold to shake off the interceptions and put the team on his back, and he did just that with his incredible play to tight end A.J. Barner.
Play fake to Walker, rolls to his left, looks, fires backside, wide open, reaching up, touchdown, Seahawks! Pull that one out of your bag of tricks, roll to the left, Darnold stops, throws back to the right, Barner in the end zone, and he had to leap.
I think that's about when I lost my voice last night.
Now, I don't think we have the sound on this. This was like a weird 2-point conversion.
Yeah, the sound was not very illuminating because everyone was incredibly confused by what happened, including, I'm sure, everyone in the stadium, right, Manda?
Probably more so because you can't see it close up. Right, but yeah,
I
we
can
have no
explain
idea.
it for you.
Would you please?
It's very simple, but very odd.
Yeah, very odd.
So the play is Sam Darnold throws a pass, screen pass. It is tipped and falls incomplete. Charbonnet walks over, picks up the dead ball he thinks in the end zone, hands it to the referee. But because Sam Darnold threw the pass backwards, that's still considered a live ball even when it's tipped by the defense. So whoever recovers it.
I've never seen that before.
No, I haven't either because most of those who runs a backward pass on a 2-point conversion?
One of the differences here, if the ball was tipped and then touched by a Seahawks player before it got into the end zone, I don't think you can then advance it. But because it was only touched by Rams players and then it went into the end zone, when Charbonnet touches it, that makes it a live ball as opposed to a dead ball.
Still insane.
At the spot of the fumble.
Crazy.
Okay.
Outrageous.
Couple more plays here. They make it to the fourth, taking the game into overtime. They tied it up, and that meant the Rams get a touchdown. They're ahead 37-30, and Seattle has one final chance. Darnold and the Seahawks drove down the field to get Seattle into the end zone. Sam found his favorite receiver for the touchdown.
Sam steps, looks, throws back in the end zone. Touchdown! Seahawks! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba running from left to right under the goalpost. Sam zips it in from 4 yards out.
So here we are. The score is 36-37. What are you thinking they're going to do at this point, Manda?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I was terrified.
The options here are they either kick the extra point, tie the game, and either give the Rams another chance to go down, and all the Rams would need to do would be score a field goal and win the game. Or best case scenario probably is the game ends in a tie. Yeah. Who wants that?
Nobody.
Nobody wants a tie in Thursday Night Football.
The 49ers would have loved a tie.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so they decide to go for the 2-point conversion.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught, touchdown, make an extra point, make a conversion, I don't care what it is, the Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game.
When Rabel says, I don't care what it is.
It's a touchdown, come on. Wow, what a game.
Saubert of all people, that was awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Fun game, one for the history books. We will be talking about this for years.
Yep.
And who are we playing next, David?
Panthers.
Yeah, Carolina Panthers in Carolina, who are no chump of a team.
Yeah,
so.
All right, but we are in sole possession.
Playoffs.
We are. And in the playoffs, officially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. 6:23, let's head over to football analyst and traffic reporter Chris Sullivan.
Yeah, and notice you didn't ask me what I was thinking when they decided to go for 2.
That's because you were asleep.
Because I was asleep, probably dreaming of sugar plums and cat grizz tomorrow. We're looking at a really good drive. It's Friday light out there, and that includes the closure of northbound 167 there between Auburn up to Kent. Behind that, not too bad, and just a little bit of slowing right around the Highway 18 interchange on northbound 5 from the diversion. So Tacoma to Federal Way is only 20 minutes, and Federal Way to Seattle's under 40. So that's really good. Olympia to Tacoma's 35 minutes or less. Renton to Bellevue starting to see a little action in the S-curves, but all in all, 17 minutes to get you up to Bellevue. Pretty good number, and you're not going to touch the brakes at all from Arlington all the way down to Seattle or to Bellevue at this point. Really good drive out of Snohomish County. Got about a 35-minute trip from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Subaru season is now the time to upgrade. During the Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $350 for every new vehicle purchased to charity. Visit Subaruofpuyallup.com.
Might see some spotty showers in the afternoon hours. 44 our high for today. And then tomorrow, pretty much the same, maybe a tad warmer. Rain at times on Sunday and a high of 47. Right now it's 41 in Seattle.
Coming up, we'll have more of our team coverage as cleanup is underway after all the flooding and power outages. We have James Lynch and Luke Ducey joining us live. And then the opening bell report here on Seattle's Morning News.
Here we go. Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught! The Seahawks win the game!
Playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
The older I get, the more I come to fear holiday gifts. I don't need any more socks, coffee mugs, body wash that smells like who knows what. But last year, my kids got me the perfect gift, Omaha Steaks. The bacon-wrapped filet mignons were juicy and it paired perfectly with the split lobster tail skewers. I topped the Omaha Steaks burgers with their apple-smoked bacon. Best burger I've had all year. I've been hinting for the last 3 months that I want Omaha Steaks again this year. Fingers crossed. But right now, listeners get an extra $35 off their order with promo code SKY at checkout. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com, and for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code SKY.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today. All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Wait. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
For 50 seasons,
sold out Kingdome as the Seahawks get ready to go down on the field.
When it comes to passion,
The blitz is on, the ball pops loose, picks it up at the 15 to the 10 to 5, touchdown Seahawks!
and noise.
Make a little noise. He's resetting his running backs. Penalty flags all over the place. They're going to blow the play dead.
And dedication. It's always the 12s, celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
Step into Seahawks game day at the Pro Shop, where the roar of the 12s begins. And official Seahawks gear is always within reach.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
This is the Pro Shop. Visit the official store of the Seattle Seahawks, located at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 6:31. Thousands around Western Washington remain out of power this morning as recovery efforts continue after this week's wild weather.
We have KIRO News Radio team coverage. Luke Ducey is in Marysville, where a downed tree is causing outages. And KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is in Clinton on Highland County, where many are still in the dark.
Let's start with Luke Ducey in Marysville. What do you see there, Luke?
A lot different than what it was yesterday. I tell you what, this time yesterday morning, there was high winds, high surf up on Camano Island where we were, in Stanwood and those areas, heavy rain as well. Today, I'm looking at the stars, clear skies, and the surf. I've gone from Marysville along Marine Drive through the reservation, and things are much different, much more calm. And good news and better news for customers without power. Snohomish PUD this morning saying 3,800 customers are still without power, but that's down from some 14,000 this time yesterday. Crews have been working around the clock getting power restored. And, there are plenty of people like Biani as well who, I ran into him this morning and chatted a little bit. He's helping his neighbors who don't have power.
I've seen text updates like of people having their power out and stuff, and like I've had buddies at work put their power out. It is a scary thing. Like to consider like potentially having to go long periods of time without power. Using candles and generators and stuff like that.
Up here, the worst hit areas by far, Camano Island and Stanwood, but also, Marysville, of course, have power outages here as well. Lake Stevens, we were there a couple of days ago. That is still pretty bad as far as power outages go. But again, crews are working around the clock here in Snohomish County and trying to get those folks back up online, especially in time for the weekend. We're live near Marysville. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Now let's head to Clinton on Whidbey Island, where we find our James Lynch. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Charlie. I got off the ferry just before 6 this morning and was greeted by darkness. No street lights, no lights from businesses, and no traffic signals. But as I drove, I could see lights in the distance, and what I found was a very, very busy gas station. Driver after driver pulling up to the pump with multiple large gas cans here to get fuel for generators. People here on the island have been through these power outages before, and they stay prepared. Alaric was one of the first people I saw. His cousin came over from the mainland to help him weather the storm and the aftermath.
We have a generator, luckily, and we're getting some more fuel here. It's been pretty cold, actually, because right now our heater's out.
Now, right now, here on the island, only about 1,600 customers are still without power. Line crews are working constantly, and full restoration is expected by midnight. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
All right, thank you, James. Let's check your traffic now. We do that every 10 minutes, and here's Chris Sullivan.
It is a very good drive out there. Really good Friday light. We deserve it after this week. The heaviest spot of the drive is northbound I-5, not only up the 5 Hill to 18, but then kind of meandering up past the Kent-Des Moines Road. That's because of the closure of northbound 167. That remains closed. Again, no estimate on when they're going to get that open, but we're seeing about a 25-minute trip now from Tacoma to Federal Way and a 45-minute trip from Federal Way to Seattle. And most of, not all of the slowing there is getting up into South Center. So overall, we're looking at about an hour and, 10 minutes to go from Tacoma to from Tacoma to Seattle. So that's overall not terrible. Behind that, Olympia to Tacoma is nice and quiet. 16 is nice and easy. 18 over Tiger Mountain looks really good. The 405 corridor from Renton to Bellevue, no problems there. 15, 18 minutes. And coming down from the north end, you need about 40 maybe from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476. Subscribe to get the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown, latest news and updates from your favorite shows right to your inbox.
Sunbreaks and spotty showers today, a high of 44. Overnight low in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, showers at times, 46 for the high. And then on Sunday, it's going to be rainy, 47. Right now in Seattle, we have cloudy skies. It's 41.
6:36 and time for our opening bell report. Federal regulators are ordering Instacart to pay $60 million in refunds to customers to settle allegations the company used deceptive practices to raise costs for shoppers.
The Federal Trade Commission says Instacart falsely advertised free delivery, yet consumers were still charged a service fee for deliveries, and that while Instagram promised a guarantee of 100% satisfaction, the FTC says that the company did not refund customers. Instacart responded in a statement that it flatly denies any allegations of wrongdoing, but the settlement allows the company to move forward. Reuters reports that the FTC is also probing Instacart's AI pricing tool for allegedly showing different prices for the same groceries, which Instacart also says is inaccurate.
That's business reporter Jason Brooks.
Well, that was fast. Frontier Airlines leaving Payne Field next month. The airline confirmed yesterday its last flights will be early in January. Frontier started service in June with a big celebration. Until then, Alaska was the only carrier at Payne Field. According to the Everett Herald, Frontier says it might return someday, but tickets stop January 5th.
President Trump has signed an executive order that could reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay has more.
This move could ease regulations and expand medical research by shifting marijuana from a Schedule I drug like heroin
to a Schedule III substance, similar to ketamine.
It does not legalize cannabis.
Brian Smith is the communications director for the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board. He says it does allow cannabis businesses to deduct their expenses like any other businesses.
Be a welcome thing, I think, for the industry overall, but it does not open up interstate commerce and a number of other items,
including the banking system. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Holiday travel period is underway, and the FAA expects it to be the busiest day today. CBS News correspondent Jennifer Kuiper in Chicago with more.
The FAA says almost 52,000 flights will take off for jolly destinations today alone. The group Airlines for America says the busiest travel days are today through Sunday, Friday, December 6th, and Sunday, December 28th. American Airlines says they're fully ready for the winter weather with de-icing operations at key airports such as here in Chicago at O'Hare and Boston's Logan Airport. Chicago-based United Airlines says the most popular international holiday destinations include Cancun, London, and Frankfurt. The most popular New Year's Eve destinations include Orlando, Las Vegas, and Honolulu. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News, Chicago.
Well, the Powerball jackpot has topped $1.5 billion for this weekend's drawing, as we hear from correspondent Jesse Mitchell.
With no big Powerball jackpot winner this week, the top prize has climbed to an estimated $1.5 billion for tomorrow night's drawing. That's the fifth largest in the game's history. The estimated cash value is more than $686 million.
Ford recalling more than 250,000 vehicles because of a risk they could roll away when parked.
This involves a number of 2022 through 26 model year Fords, including the F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, and Maverick. The integrated park module may fail to lock into the park position. Nobody's been hurt. The issue will be fixed with a software update.
That's Jeff Gilbert reporting. 6:39 now, and taking a look at Wall Street, we have a mixed bag with the Dow up slightly at 30 points ahead. S&P 500 has gained 12 points, and looks like the Nasdaq now in the green. It's up 102. At 6:39.
A word for KIRO 7 News, live starting at 4. News that puts you there so you can see for yourself. News that's happening now so you're ready. News that investigates to get you answers. News that's local because where you live matters. No more, no now on KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
6:39 now. Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
Well, we're going to take the look at the one spot that's having a little bit of action, and that's northbound I-5 from Tacoma on up through Federal Way. We'll break it down for you next.
The opening bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO News Radio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM and the KIRO News Radio app.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
6:43. Let's check in with Chris at the traffic desk.
And we're doing really well on this Friday. It's Friday light out there with one exception, about a 5-mile stretch, kind of up the Fife Hill on and off past 320th, not quite up to 272nd. That's just extra volume on the road and a little bit of extra merging coming up 18 from the valley because northbound 167 remains closed between Auburn and Renton. So we have about 25 minutes to go from the Tacoma area onto Federal Way, which is at 320th, and then you have about 45 minutes to go from 320th up into downtown. So overall, a little bit behind schedule, but considering we still have lost the Valley Freeway northbound, that's pretty decent. I mean, once you're up past South Center, it's going to be okay the rest of the way. Renton to Bellevue's running about 20 minutes now. There's a little bit of braking at the north end of the S-curves, but really nothing too much. Across the lake, we're nice and easy in both directions. Looking at an easy drive as well, coming down from the north end. Starting to pick up a little braking right around UW-Bothell as you go south on 405, but we're under 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue, and westbound across the trestle isn't too bad, and we're really not seeing a huge amount of traffic westbound on 2 away from 9 like we have the last couple of days. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Pretty calm weather-wise. We'll see spotty showers mainly later in the day and a high of 44. Snow in the mountains, though, looking for up to a foot at Snoqualmie. And tomorrow, showers 46, so rain at times on Sunday, 47. Right now in Seattle, it's kind of chilly. It's 41.
6:45 now. Months after that viral Jumbotron clip, it cost 2 top executives their jobs. One of them is sharing their story. And here's Katrina with more.
Kristen Caput, the former head of HR at tech company Astronomer, is breaking her silence. This clip at a Coldplay concert 5 months ago exploded across TikTok, sparking rumors and fierce backlash.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Caput tells the New York Times it all stemmed from a bad decision, admitting she had a couple of high noons and acted inappropriately with her boss. She adds she stepped down to take accountability and hopes her kids learn that mistakes don't define a person.
That was so viral when it came out. Everybody was sharing that. So best of luck to her?
Best of luck.
Really? High noons?
Producer David just had to tell me what high noon was. I had no
200
idea.
calories and 4.5% alcohol. That's like saying you had 2 Coors Lights. Yeah, well, not buying it.
Okay.
Okay.
She knew what she was doing.
Chris,
Katrina,
any amount of alcohol can take your judgment down.
Okay.
You should know that as a transportation
The only bad
specialist.
amount is none.
Let's move it along, shall we?
I think that's a great
Katrina,
idea.
You have your parenting feature coming up. You're going to talk about kids.
Yes, and massive overreactions.
Okay, that's on the way here on Seattle's Morning News.
This is the sale car buyers wait for. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family year-end super sale. Wrap up the year with savings on all 2025 models, plus amazing deals on pre-owned vehicles. Chevrolet, Kia, Volkswagen, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. 22 acres of trucks, SUVs, EVs, and cars make finding your perfect ride easy. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com or stop by Everett or Puyallup today. That's HarnishAutoFamily.com. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you
will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Storm damage can hit your home hard. Your roof, siding, windows, and even your deck. That's why we're here 24/7 to respond when you need us most. Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. From emergency repairs to complete replacements, State Roofing and Exteriors has the team, the skills, and the experience to protect your home after the storm. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. Claim your free panel today. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Home Comfort Alliance installs the most dependable home comfort solutions, including Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning systems. Call the comfort people, HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Bringing you Seattle's morning news since 1974, this is KIRO Newsradio.
Well, 6:49 now. It's time for the weekly parenting feature from Katrina Gashard.
Okay, a 7-year-old's perspective on abandonment sparked a viral parenting moment, as we hear from Katrina.
All right, guys. A Texas second grader's school essay has parents everywhere laughing, cringing, and nodding in solidarity. Gwen MacArthur had a class project, write a 15-page story, and her imagination has taken the internet by storm. The essay, titled The Big Night, begins with the dramatic line, "Has your mom ever left? Well, mine has." In her words, Gwen describes the harrowing experience of her mom, Stephanie, leaving the family for what seemed like forever. The truth, Stephanie posted her side of the story on Instagram.
I actually did not leave and abandon my family. I just went to dinner with the moms for one night, and then I came home.
Stephanie was gone for a total of 3 hours. While Gwen and her siblings enjoyed dinner, milkshakes, and a movie with their dad, the 7-year-old wrote, "It is not fun when your mom goes away." The essay ends when Gwen wakes up the next morning, shocked to find her mom back home, writing, "Wow, my mom is finally here, yay." When Stephanie shared the story online, it sparked several hilarious parent confessions. One mom recalled her child telling teachers she was homeless while she was away on a trip. Another said her son claimed he had visited her in jail, though they were just playing Monopoly. Stephanie says she's taking the essay in stride, laughing at the mom guilt it stirred up, and noting how hard it could be for mothers and other parents out there just to carve a little bit of time for themselves. As she put it, it takes a Herculean effort for moms to get out, but clearly, kids never forget. So this begs the question, has anyone experienced something like this from your kids?
Not that I remember.
It was just always when the kids were younger. You know, they're teenagers now, so it's not a big deal. But I remember just the idea of going out on a date night on a Saturday night and coordinating, getting a babysitter in, which, by the way, is not cheap. So a lot of times, it's dad hanging out at home while mom goes out with her friends. And it can be very challenging, especially when their age is in the single digits.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a way out. It gets better, but it's also you miss those times as well.
My daughter is almost a year old, and we're experiencing something where she is so clingy to my wife and I both.
Yeah.
And so last weekend we went to visit some of my family, big family gathering for sort of a Christmas celebration. And I felt really bad because everyone wants to hold her because she's very cute.
Of course.
And every time anyone held her, she immediately would start crying and reaching for my wife or I, which for my own ego, it feels good that she really wants us. But yeah, it's you can't put her down for 1 second.
Piece of advice, enjoy that for as long as you have.
I am enjoying it, but I did feel bad when my mom's like, "Can I hold Gemma?" And then she starts crying immediately, and I'm like, "Don't take it personally, Mom."
I'm still hung up on the fact a 7-year-old had to write a 15-page story.
I mean, she wrote it and it went viral. I think it's hilarious.
I think Katrina could write a 15-page story
easily.
in second grade.
In her sleep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that seems like kind of your jam.
Maybe, perhaps.
Well, we always appreciate you having the time for us, Katrina. It is 6:52. If you're still planning to grab a Christmas tree this weekend, you might find the real thing looks better than ever for your wallet. Industry analysts report sales of live firs and pines are holding steady this season as the price of artificial trees continue to climb. Here's CBS reporter Matt Bigler.
The cash register here at Santa's Village in Portola Valley has been ringing almost like jingle bells this season. How are Christmas tree sales? They're pretty good. Jonathan Frechette, general manager at Webb Ranch, says they have less than 100 noble firs and Douglas firs left. Amazingly, their trees have not gone up in price this year, while fake trees have jumped by 10 to 15% due to tariffs, according to the American Christmas Tree Association.
When you come home and you open the door and you smell the smell of that Christmas tree, man, there's just nothing that beats that.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Portola Valley, California.
That's what the stinky candles are for. Fake tree, but
yeah.
Stinky candles.
I want to do the fake tree. We're not allowed to do the fake tree.
I wasn't either for a long time.
I've been outvoted.
It makes life very easy.
Sully, and what's your trick that you've learned over the past few years?
Go to Lowe's.
The day before Christmas.
Pretty well, because we've Tommy's been playing football usually this week for the last 4 years. We haven't had time so we started going to Lowe's at the last minute, and I've been getting like 8-foot trees for like $40 at the last week. Now we did go last week. It was $100 at Lowe's, but that's still.
I was about to say, you sent that picture, and I was like, $100? No way.
Well, yeah, but if I went and did a U-cut now, it'd probably be more expensive than that. But yeah, Lowe's for the win, baby. Yeah, it's not bad. It may be weird when you try to put it up, but it's been good to us.
The Friday before Christmas traffic for the win as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're looking really good out there. Just one little spot, kind of on that corridor at the north end of Fife, up to about 272nd on I-5. And that's really just a byproduct of 167 being closed between Auburn and Kent in the northbound direction. Southbound is open, has been now for a day or so. We're looking at 25 minutes from Tacoma to Federal Way and about 45 from Federal Way to Seattle. So maybe a little bit slower overall, but considering we have a flooded freeway that's going the same direction, that's not bad. And then Renton to Bellevue is under 20 minutes. The lake bridges are quiet, and there's really nothing coming down out of Snohomish County. And we've got 35-minute trips from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. A little bit of slowing across the trestle and down 204, but nothing really of any super significance. So let's try to keep that going. This report brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org.
We're going to be mostly cloudy for the day. A few spotty showers for the afternoon hours. Only 44 for our high. Tomorrow looks pretty much the same, and then more steady rain returns on Sunday. It's 41 in Seattle now.
Coming up, we will speak with CBS Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes live. It's been a busy week for the president. We'll talk with her about it on Seattle's Morning News.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one.
As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
She and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Hey, it's Brock Heward. My family did it, and it saved us thousands. You got to do it. Take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. It's free. See how much First Mark can save you and how much better coverage you can get. They work for you. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by CVS Health.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The manhunt is over for a suspect in 2 deadly attacks in New England. Police say they found the body of the suspect in both the mass shooting at Brown University and the murder of an MIT professor in a storage facility in New Hampshire. Special agent in charge, Ted Docks.
Even though the suspect was found dead tonight, our work is not done. There are many questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of evidence that needs to be processed, and most importantly, the victims and their families deserve special care.
Brown student Brian Vu is relieved.
We're all starting to get back into the flow of things, going back to regular daily motions. It's still a little bit hard, but we're, making our way there.
The DOJ is supposed to release all of its files on Jeffrey Epstein tonight. USA Today's Aisha Bagchi.
The Justice Department should have investigative files that feature witness interviews, investigative trails that might not have resulted in any charges and any grounds to prosecute someone.
Deputy Attorney General says hundreds of thousands of pages will be made public, but Todd Blanche tells Fox several 100,000 more will be released later to block information that could hurt Epstein's victims. President Vladimir Putin is holding his annual hours-long news conference to close out the year. He insists if Ukraine doesn't agree to his conditions in peace talks, the Kremlin will use military might to achieve Russia's goals. Putin insists, through an interpreter, it will not go beyond that.
Are we truly going to attack Europe? This is nonsense. This is done based on the political reasons. And this is done to create the image of an enemy. They are creating an image of an enemy, and they're making Russia the enemy.
Federal prosecutors have indicted the leader of the notorious Tren de Aragua gang.
Prosecutors allege hacking
Hector Guerrero Flores ran a multinational crime syndicate for more than a decade, responsible for drug trafficking and terrorism worldwide. The indictment charges him with crimes including participating in a racketeering conspiracy, conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists, and cocaine importation conspiracy. The State Department has offered up to a $5 million reward for information that leads to Guerrero Flores' arrest or conviction. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Letting your inner potty mouth out could help you get a better workout. CBS's Michael George.
A study in the UK found people performed better in physical challenges, including exercises like push-ups, when they used swear words to release frustration. Researchers speculate cursing can help people overcome their inhibitions and push themselves harder.
This is CBS News.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
Sully, I know you didn't hear that report, but heck yeah, it's time for traffic.
Okay, I did. I did not. We were too busy discussing how sweet the Seahawks uniforms were last night.
Not sweet. They were awful.
Go ahead and discuss on the text line if you're looking for another option. Looking at the drive now, we're in really good shape. It's a Friday light out there. We deserve it. We've had a rough couple of weeks. So the heaviest spot is right there, right around Highway 18, just past 320th. And again, a lot of that is just the volume that would normally be on 167. Again, northbound 167 is closed again today between Auburn and Kent. I mean, you're looking at Tacoma to Federal Way of about 20 minutes now and 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. That's really not too far off a normal Friday. So let's take it. Once you get up through there and you get over to 405, it's going to be about a 15-minute trip to Bellevue. That's just really good. Starting to see a little bit of eastbound slowing over Tiger Mountain, but it's more than manageable. Across the trestle, we're doing really well today, and not a big backup westbound 2 out of Highway 9 today. And then, wow, under 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. We're in a good place. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 7:04. Well, thousands in western Washington remain out of power this morning as recovery efforts continue after this week's winter weather.
We begin our coverage with KIRO News Radio's James Lynch in Clinton and Island County, where many people are still in the dark. James?
Amanda, a lot of people here on Whidbey Island woke up without power again this morning. That means, of course, no lights, no heat, no ability to cook meals, because a lot of people here on wells, they have no water or power for their septic systems. The good news is most have generators, and a handful of gas stations are still open where they can get fuel. Most of those affected, like Matt Chambers, are taking it in stride.
Maybe I'm in my third day. It's not been difficult. Again, it's Whidbey Island life. So this is not the worst storm we've ever had.
Now, the island is still littered with debris, downed trees, and power lines. Some roads are still impassable. I just checked the PSE outage map. About 1,600 customers here are still without power. Crews are working around the clock for full restoration, hopefully by midnight. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Well, the worst of the bad weather may be over for now, but the cleanup from rain, flooding, and heavy winds over the past couple of weeks is far from over.
Thousands of Washingtonians are, experiencing extremely stressful, traumatic time in their lives.
Governor Ferguson toured parts of Whatcom County this week, including Sumas, Everson, and Nooksack. He praised Washingtonians yesterday for helping each other get through this crisis.
State emergency disaster aid has started reaching the hardest hit communities, but federal assistance is still awaiting approval. We get more from KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin in Auburn.
On the state funding side, anyone affected by flooding can now apply for emergency cash assistance with the Department of Social and Health Services. Governor Bob Ferguson signed a proclamation to activate $3.5 million in emergency funds this week. People can also receive benefits between $450 to $1,600 from that $3.5 million, but you have to apply by January 15th.
In Tacoma, a powerful windstorm left the Crow's Nest Marina battered and busy with repairs. Docks were split, pilings snapped, and boats shoved out of place after flood debris clogged the area. Viv Hernandez, who rode out the winds in her boat, spoke to KIRO 7 TV.
There were two huge gusts that
caused our neighbor's boat to break loose and hit our boat, which was really scary to wake up to.
Yeah, the marina had already been dealing with thick debris from the Puyallup River. Most of that debris has now drifted out toward the local beaches.
As flood danger starts to pass, health experts warn to be careful with cleanup. Colleen Cowdery is with Washington's Poison Control Center. She says they routinely see accidental poisonings from people touching flood water or consuming contaminated food.
So this doesn't just have the natural bacteria that are not good for you. It's got, potentially raw sewage with poop, both from humans and from other animals.
When in doubt, throw it out. Cowdery says use bleach when you are cleaning flooded surfaces.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker now. He starts up the middle. He breaks it outside 50. He's down at 40. He's on the run. 30, 25, 20. He's going to go 10. Third. Touchdown! Seahawks! 55 yards, and the way Ken Walker III started the game on the opening drive with a screen pass for 46. This time he goes 55 on a handoff, his long for the season, and he takes it in for 6, and the Seahawks have tied this baby up at 13 apiece.
There is something very cool about Thursday night football. I couldn't go on a Monday because I'd be sleep deprived for the whole week.
But you can do it for one day.
And this is so fun to relive it and go, wow, did that really happen last night?
I am kind of jealous of you for going, but I am also
well rested
this morning. Well, what a big win for the Seahawks last night, and the good vibes continue here on Seattle's Morning News. I'm Charlie Harger with Manda Factor, and Sully is here getting ready for his Cats Grizz Part 2.
Biggest event in the history of the state of Montana. Probably since Lewis and Clark came down what is now the Clark Fork River. Yeah. Oh, and maybe it was founded as a state. I don't know.
I want to just see on the text line, how many of you actually find yourselves caring about Montana football that you never
Montana State football.
Montana State football. You never even thought of the Cats or even knew who the Cats or Grizz were until you started listening to Sully and his adventures with Tommy 5 years ago now.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, Cat Grizz tomorrow. The winner goes, first time they've ever met in the playoffs, and the winner goes to the national championship game.
I have a pile of family in Montana, and they are so jacked for this too.
Yeah, it's home of the Butte Bullet, Tommy Malott, where your hubby is from.
Yep.
Well, okay, we have producer David Burbank in the studio with us. Katrina Gishard, our editor this morning. Nick Krasia is on fumes, but good fumes, because you were texting us throughout that game last night. You were one of the most excited people here.
I just love sports, and it's an amazing moment for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's all in front of them right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, cleanup continues around the sound. We will have team coverage throughout the morning. And also coming up this hour of this show, we speak with CBS Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes. It's been a busy week for the president.
Yes, it has. And in today's 7:35 commentary.
At the end of every commentary, I say shoot us a note on the text line or go to mynorthwest.com. I'll read some of those comments at 7:35.
All right. It's 7:10 right now. A Seattle man is charged with a hate crime for allegedly threatening a synagogue.
Prosecutors say 30-year-old Joshua Cole Scott left two roughly 2-minute voicemails at the Temple to Hirsch Sinai Synagogue last Friday. They say he made anti-Semitic comments in the first call, and in the second, he made threats to kill, and referring to the Holocaust, said, as he put it, 6 million is going to be a blanking starter pack. Police arrested him less than a mile away at his apartment, and according to court documents, he told them he made those comments in a drunken stupor. Frank Lenzi, KIRO Newsradio.
Man accused of running over a father in Ravensdale with a stolen truck 2 years ago will spend 24 years in prison. Here's KIRO Newsradio's Jillian Raftery.
Green shirts printed with "Live Like Nick" packed a courtroom in Kent. They were there for closure at his killer sentencing. The defendant was slumped, looking down all through victim impact statements from Vallison's sister, a detective, and a close friend. But he sat up as Vallison's widow, Tanny, spoke.
I had the privilege to be married to him for 29 years. There are not enough words to explain to this courtroom what the actions of this defendant have done and the ripple effect.
Voice monotone and rushed, the defendant stood and apologized to the Vallison family, calling what happened a terrible mistake. Jillian Raftery for KIRO Newsradio.
Seattle police say they're stepping up efforts to fight sexual exploitation along Aurora Avenue North. Officers have been documenting vehicles believed to be involved in prostitution activity, photographing license plates and interactions. Detectives then mail warning letters to vehicle owners, showing the photos and alerting them to suspected criminal behavior. 41 warnings have gone out since October.
Sports Illustrated has named Cal Raleigh the breakout star of the year for 2025. He's also earned multiple Player of the Year awards and joined teammate Julio Rodriguez on the AL-MLB All-First Team.
It's 7:12, and time for a check on the weather, brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. And KIRO 7 TV's Nick Allard joins us. Nick?
Happy Friday.
Oh,
Happy
you bet.
Friday.
It's been a week, hasn't it? Friday.
Oh, man.
You can do it.
Yay! Yeah, well, what we're looking at now is very calm weather. Honestly, from like Everett through Tacoma, there is not much, if anything, falling. You'll see some sun early on. You have some showers around, say, Arlington, Stanwood-ish north through Mount Vernon, and a few around like Olympia, maybe Gig Harbor, Fox Island. That's it, though. And it holds like this for a few hours, and then you see just a slight increase in some spotty showers for the afternoon and evening, and all of it falls as snow in the mountains. And tomorrow, it's pretty much the same plan. I just think you see a little more rain compared to today, but both days it's just like a little bit of an increase in showers, and there is a winter storm warning. So between what we've seen now or today so far through Saturday afternoon is 1 to 2 feet of snow for the passes, and more higher up, upwards of like 2 to 3 feet for Paradise or Baker. And then on Sunday, widespread rain, and it is the first day of winter, so that'll mean some good snow in the mountains, and that's kind of the plan next week. It might be breezy to start, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Christmas Day, I don't see anything significant. I just see some showers, I just see some mountain snow, and I just see cool temps in the 40s.
All right. Thank you. It's cloudy and 40 in Seattle right now.
Time for traffic on the threes. Here's Chris Sullivan.
And I could use a little help from my KIRO drivers. Have your passenger text us, voice to text. Let us know what you're seeing past the West Seattle Bridge on northbound I-5. I see a little crash on my board, and I see a little bit of a backup, but my camera right at the spot isn't operating at this point, so I could use a little help to see what you're seeing, and I'll spread the word because we're definitely seeing some brake lights there. We're getting over 25 minutes from South Center into downtown. You add that to about 25 from Federal Way. We got about a 50-minute commute today, so that's behind schedule by about 10, maybe, but over a typical Friday light. But considering we do have more volume on the freeway, considering the closure of northbound 167 between Auburn and Kent, that's certainly more than manageable. Olympia to Tacoma is not too bad at about 35 minutes. The Renton to Bellevue Drive, about 20 or less, so that's great. Coming down from the north end, the Trestles, not too bad. 204 is just slow at the far west south end, and 2 looks really good from Highway 9 over to the Trestles, so that's positive. And then nothing really on I-5 or 405. Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue are both under 40 minutes. This traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube. Click subscribe and get fresh video content daily.
It's 7:15, and a former commander-in-chief has been bopping to some popular music, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gishard.
Former President Obama is out with his annual list of favorite music of the year. Olivia Dean's Nice to Each Other is on it.
Here we are back again, fighting what's in front of me.
So is Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. And Jump by Blackpink also made Obama's playlist. He's also been swaying to Springsteen's new tune. And if you're curious, his most liked movies include One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Hamnet.
Hamnet.
That's
like a kind of a Shakespeare in Love riff, isn't it? I heard something about that. Okay. Might have to check that out. Something Sully will never, ever in a million years see. But you know what? I'm going to feel cultured this winter.
All right.
I've never even heard of any of those things you mentioned.
You've never heard of Hamlet?
I've heard of Hamlet, yes, but not Hamlet.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime. Seattle's morning news, wherever you are.
Well, it has been a busy week For all of us, that includes President Trump between his year-end address on Wednesday night to his renaming of the Kennedy Center and reclassifying marijuana.
Let's catch up on the latest with CBS Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes. Good morning, Nancy. Let's start with the Wednesday night address where the president spoke about the economy and why he generally believes he is superior to President Biden. What stood out to you about that speech?
What stood out to me was the fact that, this is a president who never minces words about his predecessor. He has made it very clear that he dislikes Joe Biden, disliked that entire administration, thought they did the wrong thing on just about every front. But he really took it to a new level on Wednesday night and argued essentially that they had brought a number of truly evil results to the country. He said that they had led to people's savings being plundered and children were indoctrinated with hate. It was just very, very stark language. The other thing that was notable is that he made the case that his policies are changing the economy for the better. But in making that case, he tended to exaggerate some of the statistics that he used. He argued that he had stopped inflation in its tracks when inflation is more or less the same as when he came into office. He argued that he had brought gas prices down further than they actually have come down. And so, he tended to exaggerate some statistics that most Americans who shop at the grocery store are pretty familiar with. He also made the case that the economy is going to continue to improve as his policies take hold in the new year. And so we'll be watching to see if that is indeed the case.
I thought it was a little peculiar. It was almost like a State of the Union speech or something. There wasn't really a clear point.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of what we've heard before from this president about, the fact that the United States, in his view, was a dead country until he took over, and now it's the hottest country in the world, things like that. It's pretty unusual, to be honest, for the White House to ask for prime time on the networks for a speech unless there is something major and new that he is going to announce. And so I think we were anticipating that there was going to be, something very noteworthy that he was planning to share. But the only major new thing we heard was about these $1,776, what he called warrior dividends that are going out to members of the military in honor of the 250th anniversary of the country, which is certainly notable for people who are getting those checks. But didn't necessarily break news or break new ground in the way that we were anticipating.
I've heard some reporting on this. Maybe you can just give us a little sense of how this give and take works with the White House negotiating with the networks in terms of, hey, we really want to be on this evening. Let's free up some time. And there was this pressure, it sounded like, because CBS had Survivor. It was a season finale. And that's why some were saying the president sounded a little rushed. How does that all work?
Well, that is a conversation that takes place between the White House and the network bureau chiefs, where, the White House doesn't necessarily want to give away exactly what the president wants to talk about, but they want to signal that it is in their view newsworthy enough that it deserves primetime airtime, especially on a big night where, as you noted, I mean, there are a lot of people, there are millions of people who watch Survivor and were anticipating that finale. The White House doesn't ask for time very often, and so I think that there was an assumption that if they were, that meant that the president had something truly noteworthy to impart, something that was more than just making a case for his presidency 11 months in and arguing that he was doing a very, very good job. But again, it's hard to know in advance exactly how newsworthy the speech is going to be. I think part of the reason that the president sounded rushed is because the White House had given the indication that the speech was going to last between 10 and 15 minutes. And I think that they wanted to honor that, even though he certainly packed in a lot to those 10 or 15 minutes.
Nancy, I wanted to ask you about the renaming of the Kennedy Center. Did we see this coming?
Yes. the president has been hinting all year, sort of like making jokes about the Trump Kennedy Center. Haha, wouldn't that be funny if they renamed it? But, but you didn't hear it from me, kind of stuff like that. He actually, one of the first things he did when he took office in January was to fire all the Democratic members of the Kennedy Center board, fire the head of the Kennedy Center, and install loyalists to himself instead, and even to name himself the chairman of the board. So he's been very involved and interested in the Kennedy Center. He's talked a lot about some of the remodeling that he wants to do there. And so it wasn't entirely a surprise. I mean, we didn't know it was coming yesterday, but it wasn't entirely a surprise when the board voted. And while it does technically take an act of Congress to officially rename the Kennedy Center, I think there's certainly an expectation that the president's going to put his name up there anyway, just as he did with the Institute of Peace, which is another big landmark building here in D.C. He did that a few weeks ago. And then, even if you think about the Department of Defense, it takes an act of Congress to change the name there too, but that has not stopped the Trump administration to changing the name on the building to the Department of War.
Okay, well, it's 10:22 in the morning at the White House. Any indication when they expect the Epstein documents to be released today?
We don't have exact timing. We have gotten a signal that there will be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pages coming out. So we've got a big team of readers at the ready, waiting to go through the documents and to see, how heavily redacted these documents are, what we learn, what we're going to get, what is still being combed through by DOJ and might be released at a later date. So, it's going to be a big story. We just don't know exactly what those documents are going to show yet.
All right, Nancy, we'll be watching for your updates. Thank you so much. CBS Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes.
Merry Christmas, Nancy. It's 7:23. Let's check in with Sully at the traffic desk.
Well, it looks like we've got a couple of little things brewing on northbound I-5 between Federal Way and Seattle. Looks like we have the HOV lane blocked on northbound 5 right as you get up to 320th. So we're seeing a little bit of slowing there. Looks like we might have a new crash that just popped up northbound 5 right at the top of the Duwamish curve. That's right before you get to the MLK Boeing Access Road. And then we also have been working something right near the West Seattle Bridge. So overall, we've got about a 50-minute trip from Federal Way to Seattle. Tacoma to Federal Way is running about 20 with the diversion coming from 167. Again, that freeway is closed today, or highway, I should say. Isn't really free anymore since they do toll you. Now that you think about it, 2 lanes are free. And so we've got that closure there northbound. And then Renton to Bellevue is only 20 minutes. Out of the north end, really under 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue, so that's really good. The lake bridges are in great shape. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube, click subscribe, and get fresh video content daily.
Well, looks like it's going to be kind of cool today. Highs in the upper 40s, a chance of showers throughout, and the next couple of days, showers tomorrow and rain on Sunday. Right now in Seattle, it's 41 and cloudy.
Coming up, more team coverage of the flood cleanup across the region and your 7:35 commentary.
Yeah, we're going to read your comments, and my commentary should be pretty fun.
That's coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught! The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth.
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawk football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
We're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Fall is here, school is back in full swing, but can your bank keep up with your schedule? Well, WaFd Bank can, with free checking. Live your life and stick to your agenda without having to worry about minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees. WaFd has thousands of fee-free ATMs and more than 200 branches to serve you across 9 western states. Plus, WaFd Bank offers useful tools like voice-activated banking, so you can check your balance and make transfers between your WaFd accounts when your hands are full. And if you're like me, that's all the time. You'll also have access to free tools like online and mobile banking, bill pay, person-to-person payments with Zelle, plus mobile check deposit and full control over your debit cards to turn them on and off just in case they get misplaced. And when you open your account, choose from some great-looking debit cards to spend in style, including Seattle Kraken and Seattle Seawolves cards. So visit WaFdBank.com to open your account today and find out why they were awarded Best Bank by Newsweek 3 years in a row. With WaFd Bank, you are in control. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply. Member FDIC.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
This is the sale car buyers wait for. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family Year-End Super Sale. Wrap up the year with savings on all 2025 models, plus amazing deals on pre-owned vehicles. Chevrolet, Kia, Volkswagen, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. 22 acres of trucks, SUVs, EVs, and cars make finding your perfect ride easy. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com or stop by Everett or Puyallup today. That's HarnishAutoFamily.com. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
Thanks to you, Nourishing Neighbors has raised $2.5 million in grocery cards to help families across Washington. Please make a donation at your local Safeway checkout during the holiday season to battle food insecurity. Visit nourishingneighbors.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:31. Thousands around western Washington remain out of power this morning as recovery efforts continue after this week's wild weather.
And we have KIRO News Radio team coverage in those communities most impacted. Luke Ducey is on his way to Auburn, where there are more flood warnings ahead of the weekend.
All right, and KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is in Clinton and Island County, where many people are still in the dark. He's on Whidbey Island. James?
Manda, daybreak brings clear skies to Whidbey Island, and only about 1,600 people are still without power. Puget Sound energy crews have been working 24/7, and credit is due. They've been bringing customers back online daily since the windstorm blew through Tuesday night. People here are strong, and they love living on Whidbey Island. They stay prepared for outages like this with generators and multiple gas cans to make sure they always have fuel. It's a lifeline when the lights go out. Some gas stations are still open and fuel is available. Ski came with 2 gas cans and says he and his family are doing okay.
Getting generator gas. Got a generator, got power in the house, got a fireplace. It's warm.
PSC says they are rebuilding several sections of transmission lines. Crews will work constantly today, and they hope to have power restored here on the island, hopefully by midnight. Live on Whidbey Island, I'm James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
And we've had Luke Ducey out all morning long checking out the region for damage, not only with power outages, but also flooding. And Luke, you are on the road to Auburn now?
I am. I'm in Northgate right now on my way down to Auburn because, just when you think that we're out of this and we're hearing good news from James and Whidbey Island, and I've got some news I'll tell you about in just a second up in the Marysville area where I was, some good news, better news. I mean, there's another threat of flooding on the White River down in Auburn. So we're going to rush down there and see what things are like and what's going on. But let me just tell you real fast, up in Marysville in that area, I was in Marysville and then I went on to the reservation all the way down to Tulalip Bay. There was a tree down along Turk Drive, which is off of Marine Drive, and then all along that road through there, just branches and limbs all over the place, off to the sides and the shoulders, but they'd had a lot of trees down because of high winds. Snohomish PUD reporting some 3,800 homes and businesses still without power, but that's actually a lot better than yesterday, down from 14,000 this time yesterday morning. Remember, yesterday we were on Camano Island and Stanwood. Those are still some of the hardest hit areas, including Snohomish, Arlington, and Granite Falls as well. So a lot of folks still dealing with power outages throughout Snohomish County, Island County as well, as you heard from James. But again, now here we are again with another threat of more flooding on the White River. We had all that rain yesterday, so when I get down to Auburn, you'll hear from me and I'll tell you what's going on. Back to you.
Well, I did notice this morning driving by the Bikini Barista stand, which is right adjacent to the White River.
Is that your daily stop?
No, it's not my daily stop, Manda.
Yeah, right.
But I noticed the water is even deeper because it's kind of flooded out there, and it's a real low point for that area. So, it's not out of the woods yet at the Bikini Barista stand.
All right, let's check traffic now. Chris Sullivan is standing by.
Well, at least they're dressed appropriately.
They're able to swim away easily.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it looks like we are still working with this crash blocking the HOV lane on northbound I-5 just before you get to 320th. For about 3 or 4 minutes, they had all lanes blocked. They have just now reopened those lanes. Fortunately, the backup didn't really get too severe, but you are going to lose some time right through that area. You also have a crash, I'm not sure which lane, in the Duwamish Curve on northbound 5, and the HOV lane is blocked on northbound 5 around the West Seattle Bridge. It's a good thing that it's Friday light in terms of the volume, because overall we're running right around 50 minutes to make that drive, so that's positive. 167 remains blocked between Auburn and Renton. Renton to Bellevue starting to see some brake lights, about 22 minutes now on that drive. A little bit more in Snohomish County now, 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org.
Our forecast as we wrap up the weekend, pretty calm. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few showers for the afternoon hours, just light stuff. A high today of 44, 46 tomorrow with showers, maybe some sun breaks in the afternoon, and then Sunday back to some more steady rain with a high of 47. Right now in Seattle, mostly cloudy skies and 40.
For more than 50 years, the voice Seattle trusts. This is Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
And it's time for the 735 commentary. And this morning is your commentary on my commentaries this week. We got a bunch of texts and emails. You can always send those in. Text line is 888-973-5476. And we generally tend to put the commentary up on My Northwest, and we do have the comments section, so you can weigh in there as well. I had a commentary earlier this week where I agreed with President Trump declaring fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. Texter from the 949 goes, so where do we draw the line? How many people die every year from diabetes and heart disease? We're going to make sugar a weapon of mass destruction? When is the nation, this is in the 206, they go, when is the nation going to step up and care about the number of deaths caused by alcohol and cigarettes, which are much more than those of dying of fentanyl, yet go to any grocery or convenience store and purchase as much as you want? Chris in Everett says, Charlie, no mention of the terrorist Sackler family? Tisk, tisk. Paul and Sammamish. Charlie Harger for governor. Bring back involuntary commitment. Don in Greatview. The key to stopping the fentanyl trade is to stop the demand, put money and resources into stopping the demand rather than the supply. Helen, yep, you nailed it with your compassionate commentary, Charlie. Mark in Nisqually said, very well stated, some great points. That said, I would ask, how is a country with so many billionaires not complicit in the wretched poverty we are seeing in so many homeless encampments? As I've heard before, both things can be true. It's complex, and I'm guessing the answers will take hard work and courage that seems to be in short supply. In the 360 says, regarding Charlie Harper's commentary, it's one thing to congratulate Trump for declaring fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. Where's the action of funding rehabilitation facilities? Both Trump and you agree there's a problem. I think we all do. But solving the problem isn't making a declaration. You can disagree with solutions like harm reduction. You can say require rehab, but then come up with true rehab resources and fund them. Okay, let's go over to my commentary on paper straws, which are awful, by the way. Adam, the Staples driver. Preach, Charlie. Those straws stink. Athena says, welcome to Seattle, where they hand out needles for free and you have to ask for plastic straws. Dan in Everett says, my main gripe with paper straws is you can't smash them vertically against the table like you can with plastic straws and have them pop out of the wrapper. Paper ones just kind of stay where they are. Doug in Mount Vernon. Charlie is out of breath from blowing all that hot air with a weak little straw. 425 says, editorial not very good today. On the east side, still plastic. Not only are they thicker than the cup they're in, it's not needed. I throw many away just for my family's use. Drink your beverage like a human. Sip it. Or like you said, carry a reusable cup if you are concerned about taste and comfort. Ed, Charlie, I love your common sense comments about paper straws. I would love to hear your thoughts about our legislators not allowing the utility companies to list the cost of the CCA on monthly bills. I think if we were able to show the cost, the last vote on repealing it would have been completely different. Thanks, Ed. Comments are always welcome at 888-973-5476 or mynorthwest.com.
You know what I have to say?
Yeah?
Charlie Harper for governor.
Thanks, Mandy.
You're welcome. All right, 7:39. Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
Well, we do have two crashes on northbound I-5, one getting into Federal Way, one getting into Seattle. We'll talk about them coming up next.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO Newsradio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167, underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. And the KIRO Newsradio app.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
It's 7:43. Let's check in with Chris Sullivan at the traffic desk.
Well, we got two problems to deal with on northbound I-5 now. One at the south end of the drive and one at the north end of that drive. We're going to start down around 320th, where we have the HOV lane blocked right there approaching 320th. And so we have a sizable backup there approaching from about Wild Waves. Then a pretty decent drive all the way up. Whatever we had in the Duwamish curb is gone. And then we've been working with a crash in the HOV lane as we work our way past the West Seattle Bridge. So we've got about an extra little bit there. So all in all, it's about an hour drive now from Federal Way to Seattle. It's about 20 minutes slower than a typical Friday light. And again, we do have more customers there because 167 remains closed northbound between Auburn and Renton. And then the Renton to Bellevue Drive, we are running at about 25 minutes. So all in all, not too bad. Coming down from the north end, we're still enjoying a pretty good day, under 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. Lake bridges are fine. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Chris Sullivan.
And our forecast, you might see a few showers in the afternoon hours. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy and cool today, 44. We're looking for a foot of snow, though. It's Snoqualmie. For tomorrow, showers, 46, maybe even a few sun breaks. And then on Sunday, more steady rain moves in, 47. Hey, winter arrives on Sunday. It's 40 in Seattle right now.
Anticipation is growing for Steven Spielberg's new sci-fi movie, myself included. Here's KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gachard.
The Hollywood legend is the creator and director behind Disclosure Day. The star-studded trailer dropped this week and doesn't give much away, but appears to hint that something beyond our world has entered the picture.
They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others? Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us.
The cast includes Emily Blunt, Colin Firth, Josh O'Connor, and Coleman Domingo. Disclosure Day hits theaters on June 12th.
Okay, thank you, Katrina. 7:45 now, and coming up, you know what?
What, Charlie?
I want to listen to a little bit more of Seahawks highlights.
That's all I want to talk about
night.
today.
You were there. I was asleep, and I couldn't believe what I heard this morning.
Well,
Stick around. This is Seattle's Morning News.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. This holiday, treat yourself to the best present of all, a hot tub from Olympic. Through Christmas Eve, our Santa Loves a Smart Tub event will save you up to $4,800 on your new tub and include an amazing smart top for free. This awesome hardcover handles Northwest weather, locks in heat, and looks fantastic. Santa loves a smart top, and so will you. It's the perfect gift to put under the tree. Details at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. Taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge could save your family a lot of money. It saved us thousands. First Mark works for you. Searching the carriers for lower rates and better coverage. If that sounds smart, go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
It's officially Subaru season, and now is the perfect time to upgrade. Subaru of Puyallup has a great selection of 2025 models with exceptional savings, including the all-weather favorites, the Crosstrek and Outback. Don't miss the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, where Subaru and Subaru of Puyallup donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Start shopping today at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime.
Seattle's Morning News, wherever you are.
All right, Manda, you've been a season ticket holder for quite some time to the Seattle Seahawks.
18 years?
18 years. Mm-hmm. How did last night's game rank in terms of games you have gone to?
Top two, for sure. I think a playoff game may have beaten it just by a bit. But last night was epic. Yeah. And the city looked so great to have that on Thursday Night Football. It was amazing.
How was that Coast Guard helicopter flyover, by the way?
So cool.
Yeah.
And Blitz, the Seahawk, was rappelling from the rafters, from the arches. The whole thing was a spectacle.
And then there was the actual game itself, too. So setting this up, this was, a lot of people said, one of the biggest games, not only of the year, but perhaps like the past decade. Seahawks against the Rams. They both have excellent records, and it was a game for the ages. Seattle they were down 30-14 in the fourth. It meant Seattle would need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions in order to tie up the game before the end of regulation. And Rashid Shaheed started the comeback.
This is a high, wobbly kick. Shaheed has to run up, makes the catch at his own 43. Starts up the middle. Now he has a gap on the left side 40. Turns upfield. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Holy catfish. Touchdown, Seahawks!
All right, so then they make a short pass at Cooper Kupp, and for a successful 2-point conversion, so the Rams are only up 8, 30-22.
Now the defense got a massive stop on the Rams' next drive, giving Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense a chance to tie the game up. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Seattle needed Darnold to shake off the interceptions and put the team back on his back. He did just that with this play to tight end A.J. Barner.
Play fake to Walker, rolls to his left, looks, fires backside, wide open, reaching up, touchdown, Seahawks! Pull that one out of your bag of tricks, roll to the left, Darnold stops, throws back to the right, Barner in the end zone, and he had to leap.
That made the Seahawks 2 points away from tying the game.
So a really bizarre 2-point conversion. I've watched the replay a million times this morning, and it didn't look like they made it. But Sully, maybe you can explain what the heck happened here.
Well, the good thing is a teachable moment. always assume the ball is live.
Yes.
And if Charbonnet is so nonchalantly, I don't even think he realized to pick up that ball.
He was just going to hand
it to the referee.
Yeah.
But that was a backwards pass. And even though it was tipped or it hit off the head of a defender, because it was a backward pass, it's a live ball. It would have been just like if you lateraled it behind you in the old option days, but then no one else touched it. And because it went forward and ended up at David, as you pointed out earlier, if he'd have grabbed it at the 1, I think the play would have been dead because you can't really advance a fumble like that. But since no one else touched it and was just sitting there in the end zone, there was 2 points just sitting there. It reminds me, really amazing.
It reminds me of that Mariners game, that Mariners play where because the infielders foot was barely on the green.
Gosh,
yeah. It's just these crazy, very minuscule rules that you don't actually ever think are going to come into play. And lo and behold, it can change the entire game, and in this case, maybe the entire season.
Yeah. So what happens? We go into OT. Seahawks defer the coin flip, which was kind of interesting to me. And the Rams, they score 7 points, so they take a 37-30 lead. And that means Seattle had one final chance. Darnold and the Seahawks drove down the field to get Seattle into the end zone, found his favorite receiver for the touchdown, best in the world.
Sam steps, looks, throws back in the end zone. Touchdown! Seahawks! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba running from left to right under the goalpost. Sam zips it in from 4 yards out.
Oh, for the third time in the game, Seattle chose to go for 2, and for the third time, the Seahawks were successful.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught, touchdown, make an extra point, make a conversion, I don't care what it is, the Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game.
I was going a little crazy.
Yeah. This is why your voice is 8 octaves deeper this morning.
Yes.
After the game, Coach Mike McDonald was pretty stoked.
Just so proud of our group. I mean, this is who we are. We set out to just show that, to prove to ourselves who we were as a team. Obviously, there's a lot that did not go our way today. Both good job by the Rams. Some of the stuff that we got to, obviously clean up on our end. I mean, the list goes on and on. But I'll tell you what, the resiliency is, the relentlessness is there. The character of this team is there. And they have each other's backs, all 3 phases. I mean, it's all that stuff we've been talking about since we walked in the door is real. And they've earned that. So just really, really, really proud of our group. Really, really proud of our group.
So are we.
Yeah. So this is the first time in the playoffs since 2020? Is that right?
2022.
22?
2 years.
Okay. It's been a few years.
Yeah, but
here
we're
we are,
in, baby.
12-3. We're top of the NFC.
You mentioned
the
Coast Guard flyover, which was very cool, and the anthem was played by 2 members of Living Color. Remember them?
Yeah.
It was really cool.
What a game.
Yeah.
Thursday night football in Seattle.
Awesome.
All right. And we didn't have a stinking tie.
No.
So there's that.
Heavens.
And now we head over to the traffic desk where Sully was a little cool, so he zipped up his jacket and staying warm over there.
Exactly what I did. A little chilly in here today. Looking at southbound 5, we have a new crash to tell you about that's blocking multiple lanes. It looks like not only on the right shoulder, but also 1, 2, 3 general purpose lanes right now, right before you get to 50th, as they look to try to move these cars out of the way. So we're backing up pretty quickly as we work our way down from about 85th. Give yourself about 45 minutes now to go from Everett into Seattle. Still under 40 from Everett into Bellevue. Northbound 405 struggling past SR 900, but overall 25-minute trip to Bellevue is pretty good. Northbound 5, the crash we had in the HOV lane as you approach 320th is now over entirely on the left shoulder. Still have the brake lights past the Wild Waves area. Plan on give yourself about 55 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle, but getting better. Westbound 18 jammed up all the way from the Valley to I-5 as people look to get away from the closure of northbound 167. Also seeing very heavy brake lights on westbound 512 approaching I-5 in Lakewood. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Might see a few showers in the afternoon hours. Otherwise, just a mostly cloudy day. 44. Lots of snow in the mountains. About a foot expected at Snoqualmie Pass. Through the weekend, showers tomorrow. More steady rain on Sunday. It's 40 in Seattle right now.
Come up, we'll have House Republican budget leader Representative Travis Couture. He's going to talk about his party's latest latest proposal. We'll also hear part of the governor's plan. This is Seattle's Morning News.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels. A $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
December deal drops at Lowe's are wrapping up, but there's still time to snag something worth bragging about. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, and members save an additional $100 on a new and exclusive Samsung French door refrigerator, now just $18.99. Need new tools? Select tools and accessories are up to 45% off this week. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/24. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. It ended in a New Hampshire storage facility. The intense days-long manhunt for the Brown University gunman. The 48-year-old suspect was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and he's been linked to the fatal shooting of an MIT professor. CBS's Anna Schechter reports a Brown University witness who posted on social media helped investigators.
On Wednesday, police got this man, John, to come in. The Reddit poster, he described seeing the suspect in the bathroom on the ground floor of the Barris Holly building, that engineering building where the shooting happened, at around 1:45 or 2 p.m., a couple of hours before the shooting.
Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to release the Epstein files. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche tells Fox News information may not come out all at once.
I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000. And then over the next couple of weeks, I expect several 100,000 more.
The Trump administration's appealing a federal judge's order reversing billions of dollars in funding cuts to Harvard University. TikTok has signed a deal to form a new American unit with 3 investors holding a majority stake. CBS's Jolene Kent says the agreement ensures the social video platform can continue operating here in the U.S.
Half of this new TikTok U.S. joint venture will be owned by a group of investors, including the tech giant Oracle, investment firm Silver Lake, and MGX, an Abu Dhabi-based firm. TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance will retain about 20% of the company.
Russian President Vladimir Putin vowed today the Kremlin will achieve its goals by force if Ukraine does not agree to Moscow's conditions in peace talks. CBS's Haley Ott.
A marathon press conference, as it is every year. And a lot of what he said was more relevant domestically, not so much internationally, but he has spoken about the war in Ukraine. And he repeated a number of Russian talking points that we hear regularly during Kremlin briefings, that Russia's winning militarily, the fact that a peace deal hasn't been agreed is Ukraine's fault, that Russia's open to a negotiated peace, but on the terms Putin put forward over the summer.
A software issue is causing a problem with 250,000 Ford vehicles. Reporter Jeff Gilberts of Detroit affiliate WWJ.
The problem is with the integrated park module on certain Mavericks, F-150 Lightnings, and Mustang Mach-E's. It can fail to secure the vehicle while it's in park, leading to a rollaway risk. Nobody's been hurt, but owners are advised to make sure they also deploy the parking brake.
This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
It's 8:03, and we head over to the traffic desk with Chris Sullivan.
Yeah, just as things were getting better across the board, where we've had multiple crashes this morning, we've added a new one to the mix. So I'll start with the good news. That is, we're definitely seeing things improve from Federal Way to Seattle after we cleared the crash near 320th and the others along the way. So we're back to about 45 minutes to run the length there, and so that's positive. We've also moved the crash that we had, I told you about 10 minutes ago, southbound I-5 near 50th in the U District, over to the far left-hand side. It's actually where Ravenna comes up, and so plan on a little bit of delay around that, but that's definitely improving. We have about a 45-minute trip down into Seattle, 40 into Bellevue, and further north. I want to thank our friend Trucker out there, Trucker Peter. Is that right, I think? Yeah, Trucker Peter let me know we have his crash southbound 5, kind of by the Tulalip Outlet Mall, a little bit south of 88. So plan on a little bit of a delay there. That one might be blocking 2 lanes at this point. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Seattle's Morning News, welcome. This is the Friday, December 19th, 2025 edition of the show. I'm Charlie Harger with Manda Factor.
Well, thousands of people around Western Washington remain out of power this morning as recovery efforts continue after this week's wild weather.
KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is in Clinton, which is on Island County, where a lot of people still in the dark this morning. James, what are you seeing now that the sun is rising?
It is a beautiful morning here on Whidbey Island, Charlie. Just under 70,000 people call this island home, and a lot of them were left without power after that storm rolled through late Tuesday night. That number is now down to only about 1,600, and PSE line crews deserve all of the credit. They've been working around the clock to restore power here. There is still work for them to do, and they're hoping to wrap it up by midnight tonight. Hopefully, for people here, it will be sooner. Until then, we talk to people like Matt Chambers, who are taking it in stride. They don't have any other choice and wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Whidbey Island life, you lose power, got a generator, got to keep the water going and the sewer going, and
Got to keep the house warm as well. Another important note here on the island, there are still traffic signals without power. It can be a very dangerous situation. If you are approaching a dark intersection while driving, use caution and treat it as a four-way stop. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
Well, we may be out of the worst part of the stormy weather, but the cleanup is going to take a while. Governor Ferguson toured parts of Whatcom County.
The situation's very serious for our state and will be for a very, very long time. There's no two ways around that.
Governor Ferguson also wants to make what he calls a record investment in housing.
Ferguson has announced a $244 million supplemental budget for housing. It includes $81 million to develop about 2,000 new affordable rental units and $55 million to rehabilitate and repair affordable homes, including those damaged by the recent floods.
It gives us some time to determine what the full scope of the harm is out there. We don't know that right now because so much of our state is literally underwater right now. We don't have a sense of that. So I think of this initial investment as sort of a down payment.
The legislature will need to sign off on all this. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
So that's the Democratic side of things. Coming up at 8:15, we'll hear what Republicans have to say about the next budget coming up in front of the Washington State Legislature. That'll be at 8:15. Right now, though, it's 8:06.
Keeping you informed since 1974.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
This is a high wobbly kick. Shaheen has to run up, makes the catch at his own 43. Starts up the middle. Now he has a gap on the left side 40. Turns upfield. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Holy catfish. Touchdown, Seahawks.
I don't know if you know this, but he's fast.
Yes, he is.
So
what
fast.
a great pickup for the team.
Yeah.
Love that guy, Shahid. It is Seattle's Morning News, the final Friday before Christmas and the second to last Friday of 2025.
Incredible. He's Charlie Harger. I'm Manda Factor. Chris Sullivan is here checking traffic on the threes for us on this Friday morning.
You're looking very sharp in that station polo shirt,
yeah,
Chris.
Thank you very much.
You are a team player.
Yes, I am.
Love wearing the KIRO
Love my golf
swag.
shirts that are inoffensive.
Yep, for sure. Well, we have producer David Burbank in the studio with us this morning, getting ready for a much-deserved Christmas holiday. We're going to miss you next week.
I am going to miss all of you as well. I'm really going to miss getting up at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, Nick Krasia is in the control room today. He is running the board and, of course, picking the songs. And you can always tell when Nick is in a good mood.
I'm trying to get everyone fired up for the holiday weekend. What a great note we could end it on.
Yeah, right? For sure. Of course, we have our team out in the field. A great week this week from both Luke Tucci, our morning reporter, and James Lynch has been filling in all week on Morning Drive, and it's just been some really important team coverage.
Coming up this hour, G. Scott's going to join us for a special segment at 8:30. He has quite the tale to tell about yesterday's historic Seahawks win.
And, of course, we have Paul Holden stopping by to get us ready for the weekend with the Weekend Planner.
It's 8:09. Tacoma Marina was battered by Wednesday's strong winds, as we hear from KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu.
It's been a busy time for Willie Halbert and his team at the Crow's Nest Marina in Tacoma. They've got debris to remove and boat slips to fix.
Over here, we got a dock that's broken in half, and I got two pilings that are broken, and another dock out there that's pretty trashed too, on a broken piling.
Halbert says an unlucky combination of tide levels and those strong winds are responsible for all this damage.
We got a pretty good gust through here the other night.
He estimates it'll cost about $20,000 to get it fixed back up.
State emergency disaster funding is trickling in for those hit the hardest, but federal funding isn't approved yet. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin.
For those who live and work here in Auburn and in nearby Pacific, there is still a lot of water covering the road here this morning. But while state funding is already in place, it can only really go so far without a federal funding supplement to help out. From Burlington to Auburn and beyond, thousands of Washingtonians are feeling the devastating impacts of 2 weeks worth of storms. Right now, the FEMA Disaster Assistance website doesn't show flood relief funds for any of those zip codes, saying there's no federal zone declared.
A vicious dog attack injured 7 people in Kitsap County this week. The owner of the 4 dogs told deputies that he took one of them outside for a walk on a leash when his dog spotted another dog in the neighborhood. His dog became aggressive and lunged at the other. His 3 other dogs then burst through an open door and joined the attack, eventually turning on people who tried to step in.
Sir, your dogs are going to get shot unless you get them.
A deputy pepper sprayed the attacking dogs. It didn't work. The dogs were then taken into custody by Kitsap Animal Control, and the owner is under investigation for having dangerous animals.
It's 8:10. A decidedly happier animal story here. A baby otter squeals during a checkup. Listen to this.
We're just going to do a brief exam. Most likely a boy.
It's adorable. Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium says a pup was born to an Asian small-clawed otters, Sebastian and Pintar. Type of otter. It's the smallest of... So it's a tiny otter. It's the smallest of the species. For now, the pup and his parents are staying behind the scenes, but we're working to put the photos of him when he makes his appearance.
Adorable.
The paparazzi for the otter pups, it can be difficult at times.
Of course. Well, Sports Illustrated has named Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh its breakout star of the year for 2025. The 29-year-old did have a historic season.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
60 home runs, the most ever for a Mariners player. Raleigh also earned the Silver Slugger, Players' Choice Player of the Year, and Sporting News MLB Player of the Year. He was runner-up for American League MVP. Wrongly. He joins teammate Julio Rodriguez on the All-MLB first team.
Yeah, well, the Seahawks had that huge game last night. We played some highlights, and head coach Mike McDonald very happy with the win.
Just so proud of our group. I mean, this is who we are. You know, we set out to just show that, you know, to prove to ourselves who we were as a team. Just really, really, really proud of our group. Really, really proud of our group.
They are now the top of the NFC, 12-3 record. They will make the playoffs. Next up, Carolina Panthers on Sunday the 28th, and you can, of course, catch that game here on KIRO News Radio.
It's 8:12. That's time for a check on the weather. It's brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. And here's KIRO 7 TV's Nick Allard.
You can count on just dry conditions for a lot of the area early. We have some showers north of Everett and a few around Olympia South, and then you see snow showers in the mountains where anything that falls today should mainly fall as snow, and there'll be a lot of it through tomorrow with another 1 to 2 feet falling. We'll see a general increase in some showers throughout the day today, but really it's just spotty rain showers. That's kind of all I see. Tomorrow we'll start that way and then see an increase in the afternoon again, so it's not that wet. But Sunday should be wetter, so I think tomorrow a little bit of rain early and then increasing for the afternoon. Sunday is just more widespread. Both days snow in the mountains, and really it is much calmer than anything we've seen lately. Next week we keep it cool. We keep it with a chance for some showers and mountain snow, including through Christmas.
All right, now in Seattle, we have partly cloudy skies. It's 41.
8:13, traffic on the threes with Chris Sullivan.
And we're doing pretty good. We're back to a somewhat Friday light across the board now that we've cleared 3 different crashes we had along the I-5 corridor. There's just a little breaking up the hill from 5 to 18 now. Tacoma to Federal Way is about 20 minutes, and then Federal Way to Seattle is about 44. So really not too bad there. Now, northbound 167 remains blocked between Auburn and Kent, and then the northbound 405 corridor has a little bit of braking right there through the S-curves out of Renton. But all in all, we're running 25 minutes to Bellevue. That is pretty good. Coming down from the north end, we did have a crash on southbound I-5 right near the Tulalip Outlet Mall, just south of 88th, getting into Marysville. It's over on the right-hand shoulder now. I don't think it's blocking anymore, but there are a couple of minutes worth of a delay there. So if you're coming down from Arlington, just add a minute or two, and that's probably all you need. And then you have about a 45-minute trip from Everett into Seattle and about 40 from Everett into Bellevue. There's still a lot of cars over on the left-hand side from this crash we had right before you get to 50th, kind of where Ravenna pops up and on. So plan on a little bit of a delay there, but really it's just a spot of bother. This report brought to you by Seattle Mariners. This holiday season, give the gift of Mariners baseball. Grab tickets to next season's biggest games like opening day on March 26th. Mariners.com/tickets.
It's now 8:14, and a certified icon is about to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. Here's KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gashard.
All right, let's kick it off with this. Who knows what movie this iconic scene is from?
You said, I don't care.
He's on the south side.
Yeah, Richard, that's right. I don't care. I'm not trying to solve a puzzle here.
Well, I am trying to solve a puzzle. 5 seconds location. And I just found a big piece.
Richard. Richard?
Sully's nodding. Sully?
Oh, yeah. The Fugitive.
That's right.
Oh.
After nearly 6 decades in Hollywood, Harrison Ford is set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from SAG-AFTRA. Ford is known for legendary roles in franchises including Star Wars, Indiana Jones. He'll receive the award during Netflix's not live stream of the show in March.
Okay, and just remember that Han shot first.
Oh, okay. Noted.
8:15 here on Seattle's Morning
you went
News.
there. Wow.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
Well, thanks for making us part of your Friday morning here on Seattle's Morning News. It's no secret the state budget is a mess. Washington faces a multi-billion-dollar deficit.
House Republican budget leader Travis Couture has released a new budget framework aimed at helping working Washingtonians without raising taxes. We heard from the governor a little earlier in the show. Now let's hear what the Republican proposal is. Representative Couture joins us now to break down the proposal.
Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What do you?
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, sorry, we have a bit of a delay. Just to tell us the highlights. How do you do it without raising taxes?
Yeah, we cut nearly $4 billion in spending without cutting any services whatsoever. And what's important to note is that we're not asking Washingtonians who don't have anything left to give a single dime more. So we don't raise any taxes, and we make sure that we're funding critical services. We're not cutting anything from K-12. We're not cutting anything from public safety, healthcare, and we even restore all of the Medicaid funding that was cut last session.
Well, we're talking billions of dollars in a deficit. You say you're not cutting any services. How does that work?
Well, I mean, there's multiple ways to go about it, and you don't always have to cut services and harm people. What you can do is shrink the size of government and get rid of some of the bloat and the waste. And that's exactly what we did. We're just trying to shrink the growth of government here in the state of Washington, and that results in some pretty massive savings.
You have said the current budget relies too much on gimmicky items. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, the budget that was passed earlier this year doesn't really cut a lot of things, doesn't really do anything except for move line items and kick the can further down the road, as some people would say. But that is just going to make future deficits and burden future taxpayers and legislators.
And so how does this work? Walk me through this. If we say we're cutting the bloat, does that mean laying off employees? Just give me an idea of where that bloat cutting comes from, Travis.
So we have a large growth in administration for higher ed, our state colleges, right? And so we're trying to load level some of those things. And we're even targeting things like upper and middle management in our state agencies, which are not involved in service delivery on the ground. With our state agencies, right? So we're not targeting any union jobs or anything like that. We're just trying to downsize the growth of some of the bureaucracy that we have in some of the middle and higher ends of our state agencies. And when you do that, you can save incredible amounts of money.
And when we look at the bloat in higher education, there are some pretty surprising numbers there when it comes to just how many salaries are in that field. Can you just kind of walk us through that?
Yeah. One striking example is that Evergreen State College has 4 administrators per every 1 student. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. That's incredible. And frankly, it's insane. But some of our colleges have grown 52% in administrative growth over just the last handful of years, while enrollment of our students in colleges has declined by 11%. So we're, serving less students with more administrators, and what we're just asking is just to go back a few years to make sure that those ratios are matching reality.
Travis, what are we going to do, or what is your plan on transportation? I know I'm very keen on what's happening down for the folks like in Wilkinson with the closure of the Fairfax Bridge, and also the opportunities perhaps to maybe earmark CCA funds. We've got more than $2.5 billion of them sitting right now to maybe help with flood relief or find ways for that to be moved to other things. Are those things you might be discussing?
Yeah, I know that my colleague Andrew Barkus, who is, in the transportation committee, is working on transportation level stuff. My budget doesn't the transportation budget's a different budget than mine. But of course, I think we all believe that we should be using some of the Climate Commitment Act money to help fund our preservation and maintenance and some of our projects and other transportation items, because that budget is going to be in a serious mess as well, also in a deficit. And we can't keep raising gas taxes. People have had enough of that. We have to be able to be smarter and figure things out. Some of that multimodal stuff, we have to get some stuff done, which means making some tough decisions around, what I would call like some pet projects, especially now with these floods. We have to have relief with some of our bridges that are falling apart in our roads.
We're speaking with Republican State Representative Travis Couture, who helps the GOP present its budget proposals. Travis, you're going to say, yeah, I know, Charlie, but the Democrats have a massive majority in both houses of the legislature. So how are you anticipating being able to work with them, get some of these ideas? You're not going to get everything, of course, but how do you find some middle ground here?
Well, I mean, I am in the minority, but it's my job to present an alternative and to deliver a contrast and ideas, and also my job to try to deliver those ideas to the majority and try to get some of them implemented. And so that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to prove that you can balance a budget, not cut essential services and not have to raise taxes on people once again, which I think is probably going to be the opposite of what we find from the majority party coming soon. But it's my job to work across the aisle to see how many of my ideas I can get into that majority party budget, and hopefully do the least amount of harm to Washingtonians when I do it.
Travis, yesterday I had a story, an investigative report about a 9-year-old living in a tent with a fentanyl-addicted mom. She is also a prostitute on Aurora. She turns tricks in the tent and makes the boy wait outside. The boy doesn't go to school. And when I reached out to Seattle police, when I reached out to CPS, they both said essentially the boy wasn't in imminent danger, and they pointed to the Keeping Families Together Act, which passed in 2021 and went into effect in 2023. I know you had made some moves in the state legislature to modify this act. Can you talk about that and what you might be doing in the coming legislative session?
Yeah, so I have sponsored House Bill 1092, which would fix the Keeping Families Together Act, more specifically make sure that we have an easier barrier to remove those kids, so social workers and police and doctors and whoever can remove those kids from those situations where there is parents abusing hard drugs, right, like fentanyl. And I've been working on that for 3 straight years now. And finally, just this last session, I got bipartisan support for it. And that bipartisan support is growing. I believe I have the votes in the House to pass that bill. And so now I just need to get it heard. The number of child fatalities, I'm sure you saw the oversight board for DCYF we have the largest number of child fatalities ever in our state right now. I mean, it is unacceptable. And of everything, Charlie, I think about when I go home at night, I think about this issue. If we can't save innocent babies and toddlers from totally preventable situations where they are being, just wrecked with abuse and neglect with hard drugs, I don't know what kind of society we are if we can't easily do that. And so we need to put ideology to the side and start working on protecting kids. And I think that starts with the bipartisan bill, House Bill 1092. And I think that's my most important, other than the budget, my most important policy pursuit this coming session. It has to be done.
State Representative Travis Couture. Travis, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you throughout the House session.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
Have
you.
a good morning.
And take care. It's 8:24, and that's time for a check on traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Here's Sully.
And it is back to Friday light after kind of a rough 7 o'clock hour. Travel times are pretty good. We're looking at Tacoma to Federal Way under 20 minutes and Federal Way to Seattle closer to 40. So that's really good. Out of Marysville, we still have a truck over on the right-hand shoulder as you get past 88, but we're back to all yellow on the map, not just red. So that's really good. And then you have about 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. There are some brake lights south of 85th. That's because of a crash that's over on the left shoulder there right as Ravenna pops on. Look at the Lake Bridges in great shape. Northbound 167, remember, it is closed from Auburn up to Kent. This report brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. It's Subaru season, and now's the time to upgrade. During the Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $350 for every new vehicle purchased to charity. Visit SubaruPuyallup.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
This is the sale car buyers wait for. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family year-end super sale. Wrap up the year with huge savings on 22 acres of new and pre-owned vehicles. Come get your best deal now. Visit harnishautofamily.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 8:31. Thousands around Western Washington remain out of power this morning as recovery efforts continue after the week's wild weather.
We have KIRO News Radio team coverage in the communities most impacted. Luke Ducey is in Auburn, where there are more flood warnings ahead this weekend.
Let's start with KIRO News Radio's James Lynch, who is in Clinton and Island County on Whidbey Island. James?
Manda, the resiliency of the people on this island is just amazing. They approach these outages with optimism and patience. They expect storms like this, and they expect to lose power every year. About 1,600 are still without power. Residents like Wes Helseth knows crews are working hard for them, and they're thankful.
They've been working their butts off. I mean, those guys, your hats off to them. I mean, this has been a big storm, and there's a lot of outages, and, it's like triage, taking care of the masses as much as they can. And hopefully they get to take care of themselves at some point here.
Hopefully everyone here will have power back by midnight. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Let's head to Auburn, where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey, who joins us live. Where are you, Luke?
Yeah, good morning. So I'm a little bit outside of Auburn right now, where the White River, there are new warnings now. New warnings that areas like Pacific and Auburn should get ready for possibly more flooding. On yesterday afternoon, there was flooding on part of Highway 410 upstream from the Mud Mountain Dam. And now new warnings here for the White River, as well as the Green River. There are warnings now that flooding on the Green River could happen as well. It's also in this area. Driving down here from Marysville, we were reminded of the flooding that we've gone through already, seeing 167 North, just north of Auburn, still closed, and dozens and dozens and dozens of those massive, large bags filled with sand being deployed and installed on the side of the highway there to protect the highway from water so it doesn't get flooded out. I was up in Marysville really quickly. PUD, Snohomish PUD, reporting 3,800 customers in Snohomish County and part of Island County, Camino Island, still without power. That's a lot better from 14,000 this time yesterday. We're live in Auburn. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
It's 8:33, and that's time for a check on traffic. We do that every 10 minutes for you. Here's Sully.
And we are doing really well. Friday light out there, definitely, after a couple of crashes. We do have slowing right around Highway 18 and northbound I-5 as you work your way into Federal Way. That's for people who are trying to avoid what Luke just mentioned there, the closure of northbound 167 from Auburn to Kent. But we've got about a 20-minute trip from Tacoma to Federal Way, and then 40 from Federal Way to Seattle. So that's pretty good. Only an hour from Tacoma to Seattle. That's a win. Coming down from the north end, looking really good in Marysville, and then only 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. Renton to Bellevue is running right around 20 minutes, so we've picked up the pace there. The lake bridges are fine. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial, 97.3 HD2.
Looks like we'll have occasional showers today. Of course, occasional sunbreaks as well. Headed for a high in the upper 40s. Showers tomorrow and rain on Sunday. Right now in Seattle, it's 42 at 8:34.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on MyNorthwest.com.
8:34. Look, it's G.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From the G and Ursula Show
Good
and host
morning.
of the Reset Podcast at MyNorthwest.com.
First of all, it's a Friday, and y'all brought me in at this time
And that's a lot of time. Manda can't kick me out after 5 minutes.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
Oh, just watch her try, G. Watch her try. I'll say no. What a game.
What?
Unbelievable.
What a game. I asked DB late last night. By the way, it was a late night.
Yes, it was.
I asked DB this morning if I can just cook. He said, man, the mic, it's all yours. I said, let me cook. The Seahawks been around since 1976. Matter of fact, this is their 50th season of Seahawk football right here. I mean, this franchise, has been this franchise. If you guys have been a fan since 1976, shout out to you. If you've been a fan for 30, 40 years, shout out to you. And sometimes, you were just born at a certain amount of time, so you're just now checking out the Seahawks. But in this season, never, ever, once, ever in the history of Seahawks football, when the Seahawks are down 15-plus points in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go yesterday in the fourth quarter, if you're one of those that left the stadium, or if you're one of those that's like, I don't think the Seahawks are going to win, you actually have a good reason. Because the Seahawks were 0-172 when losing by 15 points or more in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 0-172. Last night was the first time ever. So that just goes to show you, December 18th, 2025, or even in your life, if in your life right now, the score in your life, you're down by X amount of points in the fourth quarter, you can still win. Let me give you another fact yesterday that happened. The Rams are the first team in NFL history, never happened ever, to have over 500 yards of offense, turn the ball over 0 times, and get their opponent to turn it over 3 times and lose. Let me say it again. 500 yards of offense. Yeah. You turn the ball over 0 times. Your wide receiver has 225 yards receiving. He's incredible. And your opponent turns it over 3 times, and you still lose. There's a lot of people right now, you going through life, you like, I did this, I did that, I did that, I did this. Wait, I still lost? Man, baby, that's life sometimes. I told David, let me cook. Yeah. Never in the history of the NFL has a team had 3 2-point conversions. 3 2-point conversions.
That was a wild one.
Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, Jay, can you explain to me that 1 2-point conversion? Because I thought they didn't get it, but then they got it. I'm glad you asked. In that situation, you got Sam Darnold. And wait till I explain this to you guys. You got Sam Darnold in that situation. Which assumed everybody, he even thinks he's throwing a screen pass. So he gets ready to throw that screen pass, right? So that's going to happen. Well, what ends up happening is it's incomplete. It hits the ground. Stop right there. Not one referee blew the whistle. That's weird because everybody in the stadium, including every player, every coach, your mama, your daddy, thought that was an incomplete. Here's where it gets good. Now, in football, we all in football, if you've been around football, you've been to some practices, you know they've always talked about, number 1, you play to the whistle. That's number 1. Number 2, you never allow a ball to just sit there. You always go grab the ball. Here's the thing about Charbonnet. If Charbonnet is a jerk, watch this. If he's a jerk, the Seahawks don't win the game. Charbonnet did not go over there with the intention of that whole idea of grabbing the football. He went over there because he's a nice guy. He went over to the football let me just grab the football, I'm going to just grab it to the ref because I'm a nice guy. There was no urgency in him. I have replayed it over and over again. I'm watching this. Guys, I prepared to come on my show. And by the way, I told Ursula I ain't doing nothing the rest of the day but talking about Seahawks because yesterday's game is so fascinating to me.
Can I get in a question from Benny? He wants your take on it.
Come on.
He wants to know why you think the Seahawks deferred on the
they have the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah. I don't know. Benny. Listen, man. Guys, I am not just saying. By the way, I got more for you guys. I got more. Yesterday, it might be the most favorite football game of my life.
Yeah.
That includes when I was a 10-year-old kid and the Bears won the Super Bowl. That includes the Seahawks Super Bowl. There's so much in this game. Back to Charbonnet in that 2-point conversion. So that happens. And you're like, how did that happen where the referee does not blow the whistle? Now, let me give you a twist in that 2-point conversion. In that 2-point conversion, the last time a 2-point conversion was crucial like that was in the NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers when Russell Wilson fakes a handoff. Everybody and their mama thought Marshawn Lynch was going to get it. The Green Bay Packers converge on that. The Seahawk fans, the stadium, everybody's like, oh, my God, they're giving it to Marshawn. Oh, my goodness, they're getting ready to get stopped. Nope. Luke Wilson gets behind the defense, slips, and gets the nice little pass in the end zone. Boom! 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Amanda, you need to say it. I know he's cooking, but you need to say it.
Oh, do you have to go? Does he have to go? I don't want him to go.
I thought I'd have to go. I got to go?
Darn it. Really?
Oh.
Gee, thank you very much for being here. You can talk all day about the Seahawks. It was an amazing game, and the show itself, too. Wow.
I feel so lucky because we get to go out there into the newsroom and continue talking to G about it.
I didn't even get to tell you guys. But can I just tell you this one last thing?
Oh, why not?
Doug Baldwin and Jermaine, I tell them at the end, I'm like, no, go for the tie. And they're like, no, go for it. Go for it. I'm like, no, go for the tie. They're like, no, go for it. I'm like, yes, good job. Way to not go for the tie.
All right. You may be excused. G and Ursula coming up 9 to noon.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you'd say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I'd go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you were always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
Ready to deck the holidays? Win a brand new free deck, courtesy of one of the most trusted exterior companies in the Pacific Northwest, State Roofing and Exteriors. Don't miss out. Enter now at mynorthwest.com/win. That's mynorthwest.com/win.
It's officially Subaru season, and now is the perfect time to upgrade. Subaru of Puyallup has a great selection of 2025 models with exceptional savings, including the all-weather favorites, the Crosstrek and Outback. Don't miss the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, where Subaru and Subaru of Puyallup donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Start shopping today at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
8:43, Chris Sullivan is at the traffic desk.
We got one little thing that's popped up. It looks like we have a crash on westbound 18 right at the I-5 interchange as you come up the hill from Auburn trying to get to I-5 and Federal Way. So that's why we were backed up all the way up the hill. So plan on some delays there. There's also some slowing with the merging there because of all the people coming up from the Valley Freeway, which of course remains closed from the Auburn area up into Kent. Once you're through the I-5 corridor there, it's going to be a 42-minute drive to get you to Seattle. That's really, really good. Northbound 167, as I said, remains closed through Kent. Northbound 405 after that is nice and easy, under 20 minutes, if you can believe it. Coming down from the north end, we're looking really good through Marysville now that the crash after 88th is off to the right shoulder. And then 40 minutes or less from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. Lake bridges are good. This traffic report brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org.
We're going to stay mostly cloudy, maybe a few sun breaks and spotty showers for the afternoon hours. 44 the high for today. Lots of snow in the mountains, up to a foot at Snoqualmie Pass. For tomorrow, showers at times, maybe some sun breaks, and then Sunday, we're going to cloud up and see more steady rain at times in 47. It's 41 in Seattle right now.
8:45 this weekend. Ariana Grande set to host the final SNL of the year. Here's Katrina.
In a new promo with Bowen Yang, they can't contain their excitement over the musical guest, the one and only Cher.
I'm Ariana Grande, and I'll be hosting SNL this week with Cher.
Ari, I'm so happy to have you here.
And I'm so happy to be back.
And Cher, am I dreaming?
Snap out of it.
Cher just slapped us!
Grande is hosting SNL for the third time. Cher will perform as a musical guest for the second time, marking her first official SNL appearance since 1987.
I just looked this up. Cher is 79.
She is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this should be a good show. Thank you, Katrina.
Her boyfriend is 32 or something like that. Not that matters, but
I'm just going to move along.
Okay.
Going to move along and say we have the weekend planner with Paul Holden coming up. My career is flashing in front of my eyes. It's 8:46.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
The 37th annual Holiday Magic was another one for the record books. Thanks to everyone who donated.
You always come through.
It's not too late to donate. Just go to mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime. Seattle's morning news, wherever you are.
You know, when I grew up, the Seahawks were in the AFC West.
That was a long time ago.
And our hated rival were the Denver Broncos, led by John Elway. And coming into this studio, wearing Broncos gear yet again,
yes,
is Paul Holden. It's a good thing we're in the NFC West now. Otherwise, there would be fisticuffs, my friend.
Well, I mean, I always have to come in and put on a bold face. It's always bold of me to wear Broncos gear, especially in this office, because we know what happened the last time these two teams met in the postseason. But I figured, couple first seeds in football. Why not celebrate a wonderful? Man, what a game last night, huh?
Unbelievable.
Ooh, boy.
Well, it's good to have you here. We need to look forward to the weekend with your weekend planner.
Yes, let's dive right into the fun.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
Before we dive into everything, I do want to give a shout out to all the people who have been working really hard to get these events back up and running. We're talking about Leavenworth. Yeah. We're talking about a lot of these light displays out there. So a lot of these are still going on. They might have not been going on throughout the week, but a lot of them are picking up through the weekend. So if you still have plans to go to these areas, if you can plan ahead, take the extra time to get where you need to go to deal with these, go out and support these folks and make sure that you're helping them get a little bit of that Christmas cheer here during what was a very difficult week for them. But I did do some look. A lot of places are coming back online this weekend, so just look ahead, and there's going to be plenty of fun events. But stuff that's actually going on here, this is one of my favorite ones to bring up every year, and I know I get teased for it a little bit, but the Model Train Festival is coming back to the Washington State History Museum. I never had a model train around the tree growing up.
Teased for that? That's cool.
Well, yeah, I think it's cool.
Do you boys make fun of this?
No, I would never make fun of Paul.
But this is perfect for the kids. I mean, they have room-sized full displays that are that they represent and model the Northwest. You can learn about trains. My nephew is very much in like the trains and like cars and stuff right now, so this would be perfect.
He's 32 years old.
Exactly. Hey, I know. I'm just talking about myself, really. This is always a really great way to celebrate the winter solstice, which is actually this weekend as well. Over in Fremont, the Trollstice Holiday Market, which is going to be under the bridge, where they say they're going to keep it warm, they're going to keep it weatherproof, so no need to worry about what the weather is. Hang out with the troll, get you some homemade goods, some vintage finds, and lots more. That's going to be going on from 12 to 5 on Saturday. A few other markets going on if you need to do some shopping this weekend, including the Indians Native Art Market at the Daybreak Star Indian Cultural Center in Discovery Park, and the 11th Hour Makers Market. This is going to be 3 days of basically everything you need if you are looking for some of those like kind of homemade goods. That's going to be at the concourse level of Pacific Place, where the Barnes & Nobles was. So if you want to go and check that out. But we got more details, including what I think might be a nice date night for you to get out and away for the kids for a little bit over at the Washington Park Arboretum at mynorthwest.com. You can go check it out there.
Okay, we'll check it out. And, it's one of those weekends. It's right before Christmas. Maybe you get all your gifts wrapped early and have some time and think, what do I need to do? I need to check out what Paul Holden tells me to do.
Yeah, it's all there at My Northwest. And if you all have a wonderful holiday season. It's
Are
gonna be
you
a good
off
one.
next week?
I'm in Monday,
Okay.
but but I won't be here for the next big holiday events. I'm going to my first Christmas with the in-laws this
Ooh,
year. I'm
fun.
doing it for the first time.
Good luck to you.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Merry Christmas, Paul. Let's head over to the traffic desk with Sully.
And we are enjoying a pretty good drive across the board. It is definitely Friday light. However, we have just added one new crash to the board as we wrap things up. Northbound I-5 right there at 188th as you work your way into SeaTac. Not sure which lane it's in, but we are backing up pretty quickly again. So we've gone from 40 to 45 minutes, maybe even a little bit more, to go from Federal Way to Seattle. There's also heavy braking up the Highway 18 drive, getting to I-5. Whatever we had there right before the merge appears to have gone away because we're getting a little bit better there. Northbound 167 remains closed between Auburn and Kent, and then Renton to Bellevue is running under 20 minutes. Out of the north end, we're doing really well. We've got no issues for you guys as we work our way away from Linwood. 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue, and it looks like we might be in the midst of a Hood Canal bridge lift at this point, so plan on some delays on either side as we work through that. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Chris Sullivan.
And our forecast, we're going to stay mostly cloudy for today. Maybe a few peaks of sunshine, spotty showers for the afternoon hours, and a high of 44. Lots of snow in the mountains, in fact, up to a foot at Snoqualmie Pass. Tomorrow, just showers and maybe some breaks again, 46. And then Sunday looks like we'll stay cloudy with some steady rain at times and a high of 47. It's 41 in Seattle right now.
Well, coming up, we have a big G and Ursula show. G. Scott calls it, what did he say? His favorite game he may have ever seen. It was such a great game last night, and he'll be talking about that with Ursula on the G and Ursula show. And you can always text into G. Maybe you want to tell him about something you saw that you think he should be talking about. 888-973-5476, and you can always send a note at mynorthwest.com.
G and Ursula coming up 9 to noon here on KIRO News Radio.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
KIRO-FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
The older I get, the more I come to fear holiday gifts. I don't need any more socks, coffee mugs, body wash that smells like who knows what. But last year, my kids got me the perfect gift, Omaha Steaks. The bacon-wrapped filet mignons were juicy and it paired perfectly with the split lobster tail skewers. I topped the Omaha Steaks burgers with their apple-smoked bacon. Best burger I've had all year. I've been hinting for the last 3 months that I want Omaha Steaks again this year. Fingers crossed. But right now, listeners get an extra $35 off their order with promo code SKY at checkout. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com, and for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code SKY.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.